The big one.
Hello and welcome. Pull up a chair and join us in the alcove as we continue the story of the Chaoslands, our homebrewed 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign here in episode 3. We have a handful of quick announcements.
We're so distracted.
Apparently the yellow doesn't like the
this
green
was
screen.
It doesn't care about my hair, but the yellow.
Yeah.
As we resolve our green screen difficulties. We go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. WODs are available on our Twitch channel immediately. They get uploaded to YouTube every Friday morning. We also do reruns on our Twitch channel every Thursday and Friday morning for anyone out in the EU or a different time zone to watch along. And sometimes you'll often even run into members of the cast and chat. If you have any questions, pressing concerns, we'll be there. You can follow us here on Twitch or subscribe to our YouTube. The link is down below. While you're checking out the link below, also follow us on all of our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, for all the latest announcements and news about the show. We recently posted our first character profile, the quirky and lovable Astra,
Yay.
on social media. So if you want a sneak peek behind the curtain and see some amazing character art by the incredibly talented Sunny Ray Art, check her out on Instagram also. It's awesome. Another shout out to Syrinscape, because epic games need epic sound.
Sure do.
Syrinscape is a great digital toolset with a collection of amazing sound sets and music that we use to improve the ambiance of our game and stream. If you're looking for a way to improve the immersion at your RPG table, go check them out at Syrinscape.com. Any other announcements? Any other news, questions, concerns?
I'm dead.
And we win.
No, but we'll have an announcement soon.
Yes.
Sure.
Potentially next week.
Hopefully.
Potentially next week.
Depends on stuff.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Yes.
I am now also in the loop.
So, let us begin.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
okay,
damn it.
okay.
Previously on the Chaoslands. Make like that little slide, like the
Yeah.
Jeff does that. It comes up. Anyway.
Ooh, we can make that happen.
Oh, we well.
As night fell on the city of Schema, our adventurers found themselves presented with an opportunity. As a caravan loaded with a newly embargoed cargo of iron needed to be kept safe and hidden. Knowing that the iron cog, the guards of the city, would soon be upon them and would confiscate the valuable cargo, the owner of the caravan, Yavnod Moran, hired them to help transport the cart to the only place in the city completely beyond the long arm of the law. Ward 8, a newly constructed ward that had some problems of late. Was meant as a shining beacon towards the prosperous future of Schema, but instead has become a lawless and notably Magitech-less ghost town. Holed up within the Savvy Tradesman, an empty inn located in the ward, our party passed through a restless night full of intrigue and an ominous smell coming from the underground cellar of the establishment. But come morning, they discovered that the lack of windows on the front of the building and lack of opening any doors at all throughout the night to see what was going on outside
AKA or rolling.
We did it.
led to them not noticing the road heading up to the building
Wait on
and the
little
singular
finger.
exit large enough for the big one and the carts of iron to exit the building from had been barricaded and surrounded by nearly 24 figures wearing long brown duster coats.
We were
The figure
occupied.
representing them demanded that the party and the convoy follow them to their headquarters deeper in Ward 8. And when the big one showed no signs of doing as such, they let loose a handful of crossbow bolts that pierced his thick hide and left him bloody and collapsed at the front of the building. As Timon pulled him back through the doorway into the inn, that is where we begin tonight's game.
Pulled something.
Big one. Big one.
That's how you know
Can
you're
I get
getting
you to
old.
roll a death saving throw?
Sure can.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Wow.
You are back to one HP.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
It's not just two.
You shrug.
Critical death.
You
Just
just
Shouldn't
two.
we be like full?
Who's ready for round 2? I charge it.
So
Like
as
that.
Timon, as you're pulling him through, he actually
Wow.
you could swear that he was bleeding out. He's still riddled with arrow crossbow bolt holes. There's blood seeping out of him.
just gets
He
up.
fell unconscious for a moment, and then his eyes open and he starts to almost struggle a little bit as you pull him through the doorway, closing it behind you.
Kaltir, help!
Hey, calm down. And put my hand.
Calm down.
Yeah. I put my hand on his chest
Calm
and I
the fuck
cast
down.
Cure Wounds
Yeah.
on you.
tell me,
So I think it's a D8, right? Yeah.
Hurry! He looks like a shish kebab.
10 hit points.
You heal me 10 hit points?
Yep.
Holy.
Timon kicks the door closed.
Yep, you kick the door closed. You hear murmuring of some voices outside as you kick the door. Some shouting. And you don't make much of it. You don't understand what they're saying. But you kick the door closed and you find yourself back in this inn, empty. You've been very familiar with it at this point. Bleeding. Not sure what to do next.
Well, it seems like I might have business with these folks after all.
Well, it appears we can't just walk out the front door.
How are you? Are you okay?
I've been better, but I appreciate you helping me. Looks like I might not be able to talk to my father today.
Diamond, I think I heard them saying something to you on your way back in. What were they getting at?
The one in the middle was saying it doesn't need to go that way. They are really intent on talking to us. Don't know why.
Arkmir, I'm wondering, have you ever dealt with these people before?
I haven't. This is
I
This is my
ask,
first time.
and this is purely observational, but I feel in my own interest I have to ask, for a group that distinguishes themselves so much on their apparel, the coats that they wear, it appears
That made the GM laugh.
it's not
Sorry.
it's not too dissimilar from the jacket that you're wearing. I was just curious if you had had dealings with them.
it's purely coincidence. I won't lie, I admire their style, but I can't say I know anything about them or what their intentions are.
Do I believe them?
Make an insight check.
I don't believe him either.
Make an insight check.
That's out of your box.
I
Are we
fully
playing that?
believe
Like,
him.
Sure are.
No, it should be in the box.
Okay.
Yeah.
That rolled the other one over 16.
22.
Ooh,
If you are lying, you can roll a deception check. If you are not lying, you can roll whatever you want. And tell
Oh,
them.
shit.
It's up to you.
I'm not hiding anything.
Okay. I meant no judgment by it. It was something that caught my eye, and I just simply wanted to ask. I feel if we're considering speaking with these folks, it would just have everything out in the open.
I think you look
completely agree.
dapper.
Oh, I
Thank
mean,
you, Astra.
yes,
You're
it's a great fashion choice.
Oh, yeah, big one. I think your father will be fine. I think we will get to him, but I think he'll be fine for another day.
I feel like we've gotten ourselves into quite the mess. I didn't intend for any of this. I was just helping another citizen with their task of pushing this cart, and now they won't even let me roam around freely in my own home.
There's a rat's nest of a city cornering us like this. We barely arrived here.
I agree.
I want nothing to do with this bloody cart.
Well, what are our options? We're gonna follow them, do what they say. We fight them. I don't think that's gonna go so well
As
based
I wipe
on.
blood off my,
Yeah.
my mouth.
Or we try to sneak out somewhere. Does anybody see?
I don't
Anybody
think
go to the basement?
Uh,
See if there's a secret passageway?
I don't think we can go outside fight them. There were around
No.
There's too many of them to fight.
Two
them.
dozen people on both sides. Like they have us fully surrounded.
Big
know.
one took a few steps and was shot to the ground.
Unarmed as well.
I mean,
As-
we could handle them. We just don't want to embarrass them, you know.
I like your optimism. As far as the cellar is concerned, there's something odd coming from there. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it appears the door and some of the crates that we stacked in front of it are I'm not
Consume.
entirely sure. Yes.
consumed somehow.
I don't think. I feel like it might be too much of a risk to try going down there. And I'm not. And if we do have to come back up, I mean, I don't know how much these people would appreciate wasting their time.
If it's danger downstairs, we'd get pinned in as well. More than we already are.
I think the folks who are outside, I think if they wanted us dead, we would be dead already. They just how quickly they were able to shoot you down. You're a large fellow. You don't go down easy. But they do appear to want to speak to us. There'd be no point to leading us into a trap. If they wanted the cart, they would just take it for themselves.
One
Before-
thing's for certain, this cart is lost.
I understand that.
Before they shot me, they mentioned that the cart was just an added bonus, and that we are new players in the game. We're gonna go play red light green. I don't know what it means, but it seems like their interest is no longer with the cart. And if that's the case, perhaps we take what we can from the cart, put it to good use, and obviously return it. Oh, look at the two owners of the cart, or the owners. Obviously, we'll return it, but the valuable steel and everything inside is no longer useful if it goes into the wrong hands, and you might not even get any money for it anyway. If we take it for ourselves and use it in case something happens along the road, then at least we're better prepared and can return those to you when we're done.
Well, persuasion check. Yamil looks to you, nods a little bit, and walks over to the door. Door that's closed.
Which door?
The
Front
front
door?
door.
Okay.
It's closed. He walks over to it, stops in front of it, and shouts out through it, "Oi! How much you paying for the siren?" There's a little moment of silence. A voice comes back, muffled through the closed door. "We'll pay you what it's worth. If you want to sell it, we don't care about it." He's like, I'm game to go see where this leads.
I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, I will return everything that I take from this cart. It means nothing to me.
Well, if they don't want it, we can just leave it on the cart. We'll fight for it if they decide to take it, but if they're saying they want to pay me a fair price, they'll pay me a fair price.
Fair enough.
If worst comes to worst, we fight them out there in the streets, we die.
Small potatoes.
But
I
I
have
don't have
no
many
intention
options.
of dying here today. I'm not here for any of these beef. I'm not here for. I wasn't. I paid to come into this expedition. It's not like I was one of the protectors.
Yeah, but
I am here for a specific purpose.
I understand.
And my
If
path.
you want to leave, you can.
Well, I can't. My path is crossed with this one. So, for now, at least.
So, before we go, is there someone who would like to speak on behalf of the group? I feel if we all start yelling, it might not go over very well. And I'm new to this place. I think it's pretty obvious. People don't always take too kindly to the way that I speak. So
Well, I just
maybe-
got shot by 4 arrows. I don't think I should be the talker.
Does anyone
I
feel
no
comfortable?
talker. Not me.
Arkmir?
Oh, it's okay. I'm good. Don't worry about it.
I can give it a shot. We'll see. Let's see what they want. I'm perfectly fine with this. To be honest, I think if they want to get rid of us, they would have done it already. They seem reasonable, aside from shooting your friend being one here. But so far, they Otherwise, they've been respectful to us, so I welcome this stranger.
Corona nods and hefts her hammer on her shoulders. Gavnold and walks over to one of the goats. Gavnold walks over to the other, her husband Adnal, who's mostly been silent throughout a lot of this actually. Walks over with her and just like pats her on the shoulder. Who's opening the door? Are you guys marching out?
Before that happens, I'll just again go up to both the owners if they're together now. Just say, look, out of the courtesy of my own heart, I helped you get to a safe place like you wished. I have no intention of dying in these streets in Ward 8. This is my home. This already has a bad impression with me. Something is not right here. And I will do and accept whatever possible to make sure I can get back to my father. I'm not going to go around making deals with these scum, if you will. I owe nothing to you or your caravan. I'm simply here to get my father.
I understand.
If it comes down to me and that task and your cart, well, I think you know where my allegiance lies.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I've settled my affairs. I've paid you all for the protection that you granted me for last night. At this point, you owe me no more. I understand that. Then they grab the cart and start leading back to the front door. Who's opening the door?
Tirana, how do you feel about this?
Honestly, I'm just trying to get out of here alive and track down fucking Julius.
What the fuck is Julius?
I don't know. I'm worried.
Yeah, I'm not going near the front, and I'm
Yeah,
going to have.
Arkner's gonna lead the way and open the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull my cloak back over my metal arm and just have my hand like on my gun.
I mean, your robes are still bloody. Like you were bled out a lot, and you're kind of looking a mess still.
I can still take my cloak and put it over my arm, regardless of how bloody it
As
is.
we're kind of walking out, I'm just gonna walk over to you and just say, Astra, I think when we get there, perhaps you should stand up near Arkmir. Your friendly demeanor might come across well with them. I think you do a good job of making an impression.
It's a good guy.
Thanks.
That guy.
Aye, lass.
Okay.
As you walk up to the door,
I'm giving myself a pep talk. Yes, can do this. Let's go.
You can do that.
as you walk over to the door, and you pull down on both the door handles, push them out. What's your passive perception?
Oh, it's terrible.
I have it
Everyone?
over here. No, just Arkmir. He's
It's a 10. No. Yes.
Yeah, it's a 10.
It's a 10.
You notice that the two men who are like standing out in front of the doorway, about like 10 feet away from you, they're talking amongst themselves in hushed whispers. And as the door opens, they both stop and turn to look towards you. You open the door and you look outside. You can see what the big one and Timon saw before. There's probably like almost 24 people, like 20 people scattered about. Two in the middle, about like 6 or 7 on either side, and then some on like the rooftops in front of on the building across the street from you. They're all wearing these brown duster coats, similar to yours,
Yep.
but longer, a little bit longer.
Dust.
Yours goes only to the knees. Some of theirs goes all the way down to the ground.
Your prince has returned.
You open the door and step forward. Who's behind them? Astra, you're second.
I'll be.
Oh,
I was
man.
going to talk.
Yeah, I'm
with-
gonna be in either middle to
So-
the end.
Yeah, I'll be close by because
I have no anticipation of.
I was definitely not by any means
Either way.
trying to be like, stay in front of me.
Astra, we need a
Yeah,
shield.
I'm next to the big one.
Hey!
Jesus.
I will
And
remember
Timon
that.
will have his shield on.
Astra
and
will
we'll-
remember
see those out.
And do you let the wagons go in front of either of you, or are you guys going?
No,
Like, are they
I don't
trailing?
care about the wagon anymore, so I'll be behind these guys in front of the wagon, assuming that it's...
Okay.
I mean, I'll always kind of have an eye around on the back of my head. But no, I'm always kind of like taking everything in about like kind of trying to clock where, as we're walking, like where these people are around us. Are we like, does it look like we're getting separated from the cart or anything like that? So I'm just trying to make sure that I understand what's going on around us.
Also, with your passive perception, as you're about to leave, you hear out of the corner of your eyes a loud, like,
How do you hear out of the corner?
out of the corner of your ears.
That's how much.
Wow!
How perceptive
I'm
he is.
really
When
perceptive.
you cast the thing on my eyes, so that I hear out of my eyes.
Hear out of the
I can
corner
smell
of
it.
your ears
Yes.
a loud crashing noise
The boxes came
from
down.
the back.
Oh.
Yeah.
You,
We'll never know what's the fucking sound.
Wasn't
as
it?
you look
Yeah,
behind,
make
you
note
can
of
see
that.
that the
We're
two
going
boxes
back
are
upstairs.
standing on top of each other. The one on top has fallen, and the door's basically broken behind it.
But I don't see
See
anything.
what's inside.
Okay. All right.
You
We'll
wanna
never
go have a
know.
gander?
I'll be right back. No.
As you head outside, the two men who are standing in front, as you came to your senses. Do you speak for these people?
Yes, hi there. I am Arkmir Croft, and I'll walk up to them. I'll extend my handshake, knowing that they probably won't shake it. But, anyways,
He sticks his hand out and shakes it.
it was a pleasure to meet you. I couldn't help but notice
Name's,
your
You said your name was Arkmir?
yes,
I'm Nihilus.
Nihilus. Well, Nihilus, I couldn't help but notice your fine duster here. You and your friends. And do you think?
Yeah.
Do you have an extra one?
He looks around. If we don't, we will soon, maybe.
Retreat.
Interesting.
Retreat.
Well, how can we be of help?
I was asked to bring all of you to our home. To our home. You can tell that he's not used to lying. You can tell that immediately off of it. You can also tell that he probably is lying. You don't.
Yeah.
Your passive insight is good enough to know that. And he says, "We just want to talk. Our leader would like to speak to you, especially because, well, if we weren't here, you all would probably be dead."
From whom?
We'll talk when we're at home. And the two of them kind of turn, and the roadblock to your left, one of them signals to the people there, and they kind of lift up the roadblock, like move it out of the way. Head this way, and they start walking. The rest of the people on the rooftop and like on the other side almost fall in behind you, and like are making sure that they're behind you to cover your exit, essentially.
Right.
The people on top of the roof in front of you come down, and they kind of filter out. You don't see them again as you continue making your way eastwards. And you follow for a solid while. It's about like 15-20 minutes. You're heading east just along this road. Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to do while you're walking?
Yeah, during the walk, Timon is going to try to whistle to Julius.
Sounded just like me.
You don't get a response. Kalpir, when he does this, you hear a sort of like snickering laugh coming from the crowd around. It's from somewhere in the crowd.
Like a single person laughing or multiple laughs?
Only a couple. But you're the only one who makes it after your passive perception.
Okay.
From the crowd? Like crowd of dusters?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was joking about Squid Games before, but I'm starting to think this is what we're heading into.
It's just entirely
The operators.
Some tug of war. I'll be in the back.
Yeah, get into a slapping contest.
You continue on for a solid 15-20 minutes, going further, deeper into Ward 8, away from Ward 7, traveling to the east. Almost, you think you're going towards the direction of the spire. But then you take a hard right.
Oh boy.
And now you're traveling away from the spire, away from the city center, almost out to near the edge of town. You can see in the distance in front of you lots of these buildings that you're walking through, these streets. There's similar stuff to what you saw before. Off street lights, brand new buildings, a coast town. But there's more people. There's more people than you thought there would be. At night, it was empty. It was dark, power was out, seemed dead and abandoned. And now you see fairly densely populated.
Are they
Lots of
wearing
people
duster
living here.
coats or just a mix?
There's a mix.
Are
In
they-
fact, what you noticed is the people who you were with, they're vastly outnumbered by the rest of the people in this ward.
Are the people talking?
Yeah, people are talking around you.
Are
They
they
aren't
taking
talking
notice of
loud
us?
enough to, like, attract attention, but there's people talking. There's people chatting among themselves. You see people walking in the opposite direction, walking down the street. You catch a couple of people just, like, there's almost like a stall that's set up outside one of the buildings where somebody's selling bread. It's like a pretty vibrant community.
Are we getting, like, do people take notice of us as we're passing
Oh,
by?
very much so. A lot of people are looking at you, pointing at you, especially you, the big one.
Typical racist.
But as the two dusters in front, as Nihilus notices, he just like waves towards one of them. And you also notice that like as you're walking and continuing, and it seems like you are acquiescing to their demands, the amount of people around you, they tend to relax, and a few of them filter out. Like what started off as about like 24 people, very soon there's probably only like a dozen, maybe less, maybe 8 to 9 people. You continue on. You're continuing, and for after about half an hour to maybe even an hour walking, you find yourself in an area where these buildings tend to be a little bit lower. You still see a few large buildings in the vicinity, but they're more spread out. You walk past almost like a abandoned, empty children's playground. There's just, at this point now, this far away from the city, and especially this far away from the spire of the ward, there's much less people. And you also notice that the grass that you've been walking on, or the grass around you, everything around you seems to be fading out, kind of similar to like how when you were coming into the city, there was farmland and like deserted wide open spaces. That's similar to what it is over here now.
2 quick questions.
Yes.
One, are we still in Ward 8 right now?
Or
Or we don't know?
I would
Okay.
assume so.
We see. So,
Yeah, we
2,
walked away from this.
I'm sure I remember last session, did we say that they told us the hideout is within the spire?
So
They said the hideout is within the ward.
yeah,
Deeper
in the
into the
ward.
ward.
Lydia
Okay.
told us that the center of the Ward 8 is where we'll find a lot more thugs.
Yeah, but I think one of the
But these
dusters
guys are
had said
going
something
away-
about
yeah.
their hideout. But
I think he just said
Yeah.
it was like deeper in Ward 8, but he didn't. I don't think he specified
I-
Spire, and we're definitely walking really far away from it.
I have a theory. Says Astra. Cal,
Yes.
they said that they saved us, like they were protecting us overnight or something. Like if it wasn't for them, that we would all be dead. Do you think it's the speechless that they're protecting us from? Like maybe it's only every time he goes to talk, I just keep talking. Like every time. Like every time it gets night, maybe that's when the speechless come out. And that's when they start to like, attack people and stuff. Because during the day, look, like everybody's out. Well, not now, but back there, everybody was out and they were friendly. What do you think? Here's what I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Kaltir, you alright?
Timon, I have a theory.
Yes, lass.
Remember I was telling you guys about the speechless? I'm supposed to talk about them in hushed tones. Well, these guys, they said, and then I just go through the whole thing. What do you guys think? Smart, right?
So you're talking to these three? Or these
You're
two?
all
I mean,
in
to
the
like
same
kind of
We're all
all
here,
you guys,
not really
yeah.
whispering. If you were trying to have a silent conversation, you could.
Big
but-
one.
I mean, it's an interesting theory. What was it, the speechless you called them?
Yes, but you're supposed to only say that in hushed tones.
Well, I don't know if it's the speechless. Something doesn't seem right still.
And I put my finger up to the end of your trunk.
Oh,
That-
yeah, the trunk.
I just like kind of look at you confused, like.
Okay.
I'm not really familiar with that.
I was telling you guys about it.
Then that shall not be named. So I'm not entirely sure. I mean, at this moment, I don't really know what to believe. I mean, they may be lying, they may be telling the truth. We don't really know. We'll just have to see what else we can learn.
Right. Well, you guys heard it here first, my theory, and I'm going to start writing it in my book. Astra's theory, just so I can take credit for it if it's right.
Astra's theory.
Damn it!
As you're walking through at this point now, with all these buildings fairly sparse, there's still a few off in the distance, and you can see a little ways off to your left. You see a large building that's probably about like 4 or 5 stories tall, off in the distance, away from the road. But you seem to be traveling in a direction that the road could curve around and get to it.
Is this something that, like, if I'm looking around, is this easily, like, notable? Like,
Distinguishable from
yeah,
the
like,
rest.
can
It's the
if I was
tallest
to come
building
back
in the
here...
vicinity.
Okay, if I was to
By
come
far.
back here, I would know this building? Just, okay. Okay.
Is there any, at this point, is there any through traffic? Or have we kind of, it's all thinned out now and it's now just us?
It's just you and the people around you.
Is
You
there-
notice that at this point there's probably only 8 of them.
Yeah.
So I was
The
about to
2
ask
who are
that.
leading.
Okay.
The 2, there's like 4 of them around that are flanking with crossbows. And then there's 2 in the back.
Okay, so this building and maybe any of the neighboring ones around it, do I see people on the roofs again?
You're still a little bit far away from it.
Okay.
You're still probably about like
Keeping an
15,
eye out
20
for
minutes
it.
away, but you notice it immediately because it's the tallest building around and
Right.
you're heading clearly towards
Okay.
it.
Does anything smell out of place? I know that's such a weird question, but granted, I'm a fucking elephant
Make a perception check.
with keen
It's gonna
smell.
turn to Nihilus and say, "Hey, Nihilus, are your friends in there?"
Yeah, that's home.
Let's tell him. Can I do just an insight check?
Make an insight check.
Or insight would believe him.
Natural 20 for a total of 20. You said perception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, natural 20.
This is only
Terrible.
perception related to smell.
Yep.
You don't smell anything out of the ordinary.
Nothing bad.
It actually smells clean.
Interesting.
Cleaner
Okay.
than a lot of, like, there isn't the smell of burnt ozone that's
Yeah.
usually around any of the city.
Not any
of
metal,
the-
like any
or the-
working metal or anything like that.
How did you not smell? It's actually,
Nothing
it's a bit
else.
strange. You don't smell machine oil. You don't smell any of the things that you're used to
Obviously,
smelling.
no blood or anything. Like I don't smell anything.
I mean, you're covered in your own
well,
blood.
yeah, but
So you smell your blood.
okay, but okay, so nothing. So
nothing stands out to you.
kind of clean.
Almost the
Interesting.
lack
That's
of it
weird.
smells
Yeah,
is
that's weird.
different
Okay.
and odd.
positive.
Yeah.
That smells like O positive.
What were you saying, Archer?
Oh no, I rolled a 6.
Oh,
So, yeah.
he seems to be telling the truth.
Interesting. Okay.
Hey Nihilus, I was wondering if you could tell me something.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know it now, but we had a bit of a little scuffle with these guys. Got these men who were wearing bladed bracelets, and
Yeah.
I just got to pull one of them out.
Yep.
What's the story behind these?
Why were your guys fighting them
Cassandra will tell you more. Cassandra can tell you the answer to all of those questions. I was just asked to bring you home.
Is Cassandra your boss? See?
She speaks for us. We don't really believe in bosses.
I like them already.
I'm just picturing, isn't it from Doctor Who, Cassandra, isn't she the moisturize me?
Moisturize me.
Yeah, like that's what we're gonna
It's
walk
like
into.
Cassandra with a K. It's Cassandra
Doctor Who.
Cassandra with the K?
You're missing out, Mike.
Terrible show.
We just lost all our fans.
Yeah, shit. I'm sorry. I like it.
None of this our show per.
You continue forward, you almost turn the corner, and this road seems to continue cresting towards this incredibly tall building.
Chauffeur.
Not as tall as the spires, obviously. It was probably still like 80 feet, 100 feet tall, give or take. It's massive, too. It's one of the largest buildings that any of you have ever seen. As it looms in the distance, Keltier, you feel something.
Oh.
You feel a strange tremor sensation.
Okay. Like. Can I tell, like, is it kind of all around me? I can't really tell the direction maybe it's coming from. Is it like in the air or is it like the ground shook?
Make a perception check.
Oh boy. Come on, Kelthier.
This
Telling you, last time you rolled into your dice tray when it was on a side like that, you rolled bad. And it just happened again, didn't it? Because it's on a slant, and now your dice went good to bad.
It was
A natural 20.
not only was it on a natural 20, it looked like it was sitting flat on a natural 20 and was like
Yes, because your damn dice
And
tray
what
is
did you
sideways.
an 8, so 13.
That's actually not bad, but get that
Oh, yeah.
tray
You
off
can
there.
tell, you can
I
tell
just
that it's
put it on
the,
this side because that side's flat.
you can tell it's the
Cassandra.
ground shaking.
Okay.
Almost like a mild earthquake.
Got
You
it.
like draw that shit
Is it,
to Nihilus?
is it persistent or is it like it kind of just happened and now I don't feel anything? Does it keep occurring?
You just picked it up once,
Okay.
and this is like the very first moment. You can wait. See if you notice it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be like kind of as we're continuing. I'm focusing on that now to see if I can kind of pick up on if it keeps happening and if it like appears to be. If I can notice, like I don't know if there's. I'm looking for like the T-Rex puddles. Like if there's like any water stuff around, like the
Yeah, it is.
or like.
There's no water, but there is
What
dirt.
is it called? That the chaos
What?
day?
There is
Okay.
dirt. And
Can I see it, like,
grass
kinda like-
and sand?
Moisturize.
And with your perception, it happens again.
Okay.
And as it happens again, you almost, now that you know it's coming from the ground, you look down and you look around and you can see a little bit of movement in the ground around you.
Okay.
Those are T-Rex.
Big one.
Yes.
You're from here. I'm not really familiar with the land here or the city or anything. Is it prone to tremors in the ground, earthquakes?
It's like, I know Ward 1 and maybe a few other wards.
As you say this, Nihilus shouts, "Fuck! Get spread out!" And as he says that, I would like all of you to roll.
Oh!
What?
What's going on?
What?
Out of the ground
Is it
or
actually
something?
T-Rex?
Either something's coming or something's around, like.
Oh, right. The one thing that I forgot to mention.
dragon!
I said it once, like,
Oh,
in
yeah.
passing, but I'm just going to remind you. Until I say otherwise,
Yes.
basically at the start of every day, I'm casting vigilance on myself. Okay. Oh, that didn't help.
So this is a good time to let you all know that the big one is a dragon. And you're actually
We just turn around. Oh, that's the tremor.
big one. Oh,
Oh. Obviously, this won't count
Hey.
because this is not a D20.
Not bad.
Rolled better than I did.
Double digits.
I had advantage. Didn't help.
I rolled the exact same thing.
Excellent.
6
Excellent.
plus 3 and 9.
that is destiny.
I took like a couple words.
Okay, we're gonna have to move some stuff here.
Yep.
No. I need
Have
all
to.
the space for my activities.
You're not allowed to have activities anymore. You have too many activities. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Whoa.
Which way are we putting it?
Oh,
Anyway,
cool.
there's no
Dare
building.
you.
Watch my-
Secrets.
Right there.
Hey,
You're gonna have to move your head back there.
Oh.
All hell is breaking
That
loose.
seek. Push it further that way, Mike.
Push it real.
There we go. I dropped my pen.
Oh, this got knocked.
I'm back.
Pain.
No, no, it's
Oh, no.
Instinctually, I wanted to move
Rotate
this
it
up.
that way there.
We should fix it.
It needs to like point towards you somehow, though. Actually, it's not bad. It's pretty close.
We'll see where
Yeah.
we'll see where things end up.
We don't want it to be more like.
Can't you adjust it?
I think.
Also, put your minis around. the
Whoa!
park
How'd
where
you
they
do that? Well, you guys get to see my new mini.
What?
New mini.
I had some tweaks.
So. Oh.
Whoa.
Does he have
What's he
a?
got in his hand
Oh,
now?
He's casting a lightning spell.
Oh.
Ooh. Damn, Daniel.
So I said I wasn't in.
You were a bit behind somewhere, right?
Yeah, I was like,
No.
I'd
Well,
probably be.
I was
The three of us were
Yeah.
kind of beside each other because you were telling us
Yeah, and I would
theories.
have been like kind of right.
So you're somewhere up here. Arkman,
I
you're near
am
the
where
front,
with,
right?
I'm with Nihilist at the front.
So somewhere up
You guys
there.
also get to see my character.
Oh, we'll take for those watching. We'll take pictures. and We'll post them to our
Oh, he's got
Instagram,
blood on his
Sorry.
knife.
Yeah, I know.
Instagram and
You can
stuff.
put
That's cool.
Nihilus and his friend up
Did you
front.
paint it?
Yeah,
Like
Nice.
this far up front.
Yes.
they're
probably
with
up front,
Nihilist,
actually.
whoever that one is.
I'll take some.
Arkman,
head
do you want
on
to be
pictures
closer to
here.
them?
I'm like right beside Nihilist because
Okay.
they'd be, or they would be beside me,
Beside.
wherever.
No, they're beside me.
Yeah.
He said they were up front, so you'll take just 5 back. Whoa! What?
Yeah, I know. Arkman's sick.
Dude,
pretty
that's
crazy.
awesome.
These are all dusters, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They don't
Man,
have
these
coats,
minis are
but
so
they're-
good.
Correct.
Okay.
Like arguably the best minis you've ever seen. Take some photos here.
I think
while
my duster looks better than theirs.
You're drinking Time for Beer by Alyssa.
Always time for beer.
I forgot to bring a dwarf to represent
Oh
Kirana,
shit! I bet you
so
anything there's a clown in
I'm
there.
just assuming Kirana.
Clown. I
There's
don't
a
want to
clown
play
down
anymore.
there. For
I'm just
sure.
Oh my
assuming
God.
Kirana and
That would have been the
Arnold are
best
just
Easter egg,
scattered
little
around.
red balloon.
They're hiding in the carts.
See, remind them, yeah, they're hiding. They're not fighting.
All right.
So Karana is not going to swing her giant maul again?
Forgot to bring her mini. Correct.
Her mulligan?
She's out for a pee break.
She's protecting. She's protecting the caravan.
I'm gonna hide some of my things under there.
What did you guys roll?
I have not rolled
25
yet.
to 20.
Oh
I think
boy.
it's the first time I haven't gone over 20 first.
20 to 15.
Yes.
16.
16.
15.
You're 100% more dexterous than me,
Yeah.
even if you have a bad dexterity, because I have 5.
Yeah. She has 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be Astra then me at 16.
Yeah.
What are you?
Astra.
15.
So Astra, big one. Timund. Timund.
Wait, I'm the first one to
I don't
go.
actually want to
14 to 10.
Like I know it's
Timund.
Timund, but Timund.
Oh no.
Literally usually at first. Now I'm going to
I'll probably fuck that up a few times.
I
just gonna
have
call you Ty.
9.
My boy Ty.
Okay, you're right at
You're
He's
my dog,
close.
Blue.
He's close.
So what
Probably
is
have
it?
good
I don't know what it
initiative,
is.
too,
Plus
Nice
3.
scenery
Oh,
though. This
yeah.
is sick. I don't think we've ever seen these.
I like
ones.
You have
this.
not,
Yeah.
you have not
So,
seen those before.
The city is sick.
Astra, you're the
So
first one to
cool.
react as Nihilus shouts, "Spread out!" You haven't even felt any tremor or anything. You have no idea what's happening. Nihilus shouted, "Spread out!" What are you doing?
I'm gonna draw my wand and just kind of prepare. Just get ready. If anything pops out, I'll
Oh,
be
shit.
ready to
Hold
hold a Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch.
I like
Okay,
it.
yes.
I like it.
Holding an Eldritch Blast.
Sure am.
Got it.
Get ready for some nebula and or space
Flash
link.
of
Let me break it down for you.
Let me paint you a picture.
Big one. What are you doing?
I'm going to pick up the camel and throw it at something. No, I'm kidding.
Goats.
no, I'm
They're
just
not
kidding.
camels.
I'm going to.
Also, the minis aren't even camels, man. Those are donkeys.
Listen, I'm an elf and I don't know what other species are. I'm
Animals
gonna
are
hold.
really hard.
I'm gonna hold a spell action in case a
Which
spell
spell are
cantrip.
you casting?
I will hold Ray of Frost if I see something outside of the dusters look like a threat. anywhere in my area. As soon as I see it.
Okay.
I'm all clammy.
Timon, what are you doing?
Man.
So you see me get my wrench ready. Just like... Kind of like that.
Diamond is going to move to the front of the group over here. And he's going to steal his shield and grab his rifle.
Nice.
And he is going to hold a shot if he sees any threats.
See any threats? Go.
With my action, with my bonus action, I'm gonna yell to the dusters. What are we dealing with? What's the danger?
Thankfully, it's their turn next.
Oh boy.
That worked out well.
They spread the fuck out.
Interesting.
They really spread out.
Something's
Like
gonna-
all over here somewhere.
Mess up
Do we
our
need
career.
to spread out our weight so that we don't like...
Is it coming from below
Because
us?
you said spread. Right?
You heard a rumble.
Yeah.
It's probably coming below us, and I'm scared.
Okay, so they went wide.
You hear a voice. Nihilus shouts out, "It's coming from below. Spread out."
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Okay.
A Dargan. It's a
like
dragon.
the Dune worm.
I forgot to mention my bonus action. I'm just kidding.
Kalthir, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Okay. I'm going to.
Rip the carts.
Yeah. Forget transport
Or-
carts.
I'm
I'm looking around. I take notice that all of them spread way out. And I'm going to just look to the group and say, we might want to spread out. Be careful. And I'm going to cast Bless on Timon, Astra, and the big one.
Thank you.
And I'm going to. Sorry.
I'll see how it is.
Yeah,
I didn't cast it on myself.
With a mini like this, do you really need bless? Hashtag hot boy.
And then I'm going to.
That's the minis are so cool, guys. Good
Hashtag
shit on all
Dungeons
of
and
them.
Daggers.
I'm gonna just kind of back up over
If
here,
there's
so I'm
nothing,
kind
try,
of
like, the same
still
kind of
spread
stuff.
out from. Actually, go right there. So I cast
Yep.
Bless.
Rafay, if anything happens to the goats,
Very fine.
I'm leaving.
The front one is named Archie. The back one is named
Oh,
Dak.
now they
Oh,
have
now they're
names.
named-
No, it's fine for now. We
No,
can.
no, no, I found it.
Okay.
I found one.
Not Jughead.
Archie and what?
Dak.
Dak?
Okay, that's
Those are
that's
important.
that's my go,
Great.
and I'm just kind of
You know, that's a good play.
trying to take notice.
What are you doing?
We'll use it.
Ooh. Different one.
Save
Yeah,
the
we'll
goats.
Same color.
Oh, can you give me a concentration one if you can find it?
I mean, technically.
Question: how does
this is
the
confused.
hide action work? Is that just like if there's
You
stuff
need to
around?
know what you're hiding from,
Right. Okay.
and then you can like position yourself. Like if you're hiding behind a cart, behind
Oh,
someone
God.
else, like
What is
behind
it?
boxes, in a crowd. Like you can tell me how you're hiding, and
Right.
you can then roll a spell check. Like if you can justify how you're hiding, I'll let you roll a spell check.
Right.
Yeah.
In the, I guess in this vicinity, because you have it laid out here, it
You
seems
have
like
no
there's
idea what you're
nothing.
even hiding.
You don't know what to hide from.
Yeah. Like the only thing I know is I heard Nihilus say there's something coming from underground. I
Yeah.
see it really backed up. I've been sticking with Nihilus, so I'm gonna head over to where he is. Where's
Concentration?
Nihilus? I guess he's one of those.
Yeah, he's one of the two that was up front. He's this one who ran off to the left.
So, someone move me right beside Nihilus.
That was that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
pretty much
front
it.
or just right there?
Maybe step in front, sure. And I'll just have an action ready to attack in case something comes within striking range.
Okay. At this point, now the ground underneath you, especially you, Big One, Timon, and Astra, you notice the ground shaking, and it intensifies. And all of a sudden, there's a
Oh
an explosion as the ground from below just gets torn up, right underneath Dak,
No,
No!
Dak, no.
who you just see in front of you
Oh!
this
Bye.
giant
Just kidding.
I should just break
insectoid creature with lobster-like arms and pincers, sharp clacking teeth in front of it, and it just lunges out, bites into Dak, and just begins to gnaw.
Oh my god!
What?
What the hell is that?
That's a fucking Hydralisk!
Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile,
Do I get my spell?
1 second.
Oh.
Meanwhile, in the back,
There's
next
more.
to that guy, another one just erupts from the ground and eats him completely in one.
Oh my god.
Nah.
This guy? Oh
He
gosh.
just shoots through him. His body gets ripped apart into small, like
Oh, no.
separate cheese pieces, and you can see almost
he's
like his flesh begins to almost dissolve and melt as he like just digests into him.
Oh,
Acid.
no, don't stand
I'm
close.
taking pictures. Don't worry. I swear.
All of your readied actions go off, but we'll go in
Order.
initiative order. Yes, Astra, you'd readied an action.
Yep, I'm getting the. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize there was candy there.
There we go.
I'm going after this fucker that killed my buddy. What was his name? Dak?
Scotchman.
Dak.
Or
Dak.
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 Good friend
Okay.
you are.
I just found
take
out
some
his
good
name, okay?
close-ups if you can.
Yeah, so Eldritch Blast.
All right, roll the hit.
Okie doke. This one.
Well, this is not, to be fair, how I saw
21.
this trip go.
Not at all.
Wait. Like you rolled. Oh, I thought you rolled that.
Like, that's a 20.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Can you just be happy for my 16?
Plus a D4.
That hits.
Oh.
Roll damage.
No, that's 25.
Well, D4.
Well, a D4.
You have to roll that.
Yeah, roll
D4.
the 4. But I believe
Yeah,
in you.
but you just wait.
Dude, your mini?
That's a 2.
They're all solid. All the minis
Okay,
are
okay,
sick.
okay. Eldritch Blast, and then 1d10.
Yep.
You're shooting this one?
Yep.
Yeah, the one that took my totes my goats. 5. 5 points of
That
damage.
is a big fucking thing.
12 points of damage.
Yeah.
Big one. You'd held something.
I did. Ray of Frost.
Okay. You are shooting it at the first thing that came
First
in.
thing I saw.
That was the one in front of you, so you have disadvantage on that
Ooh,
because he's within
He's
melee
in?
of you.
And I got a D4, right?
Melee.
Got this.
Oh, they're basically about the same. That's 25 to hit.
With disadvantage, Jesus.
I rolled a 14 and a 15. Let me do the math because I fucked up last time. 14 would be 20 plus 3. I did the other one. 24. So it's 23 total to hit.
Right. Okay. That hits. Roll damage.
I said 23, right? I did say 23.
We got another
14
TikTok
plus
ready.
6
Get
because
the
I also
comments.
attuned my spell casting thing.
Right.
So I got an extra bonus on that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm an artificer.
Ellen!
Mommy!
Mama Web.
That is 7
Nice
points
yellow.
of cold damage.
Right.
Nice. Alright.
Thanks, Ellen.
Oh, she's coming.
And it's slowed
I think
until
so.
next turn?
So yeah, so
Or do I have to make a check for that?
Frigid Beam and Blue White. So you've seen it before, but again, my wrench, like under the metal that is exposed, you see the gears. He turns one of them with the wrench in his trunk. Like a light blue, misty sort of thing shoots out at it. Take D8, which you already did. Speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Alright. So you can see this ray of frost almost like hit him, and he begins to almost like pieces of ice begin to form on his carapace where he gets hit. And it's like clacking a little bit slower. Who was next on hold actions? Timon, you were next on held
Lock
actions.
him up, baby!
Little mitten.
Oh, that's a big fucker.
Yep, roll the head.
God damn.
Plus. And that hits.
I
That's
think it does.
that's more than
I
mine.
think it
So.
does. 22.
There's a loud bang explosive noise as this shotgun rifle lets out. That hits. Roll damage.
Just for my own like characters, because I have a gun.
Yeah.
Comparatively, how loud is his?
Much
I know it's
louder.
yeah, okay.
Much louder.
A different sound though, like
I mean, all guns sound similar.
yeah, but we're talking about like an iron well-made thing.
It is
This my
much
fucking-
louder.
Okay.
Much
Okay.
louder.
Kaboomy! That's what it
All
sounds
guns
like.
sound the
Yeah.
same.
That's it.
Kaboomy!
9 points of
Let's
damage.
go!
Nice.
Somebody want to record damage on this guy? So that's 7 and 9.
My
I
book,
got it, I
my
got
book
it, I
is
got
too
it.
big to open.
Looks like we're having lobster tonight.
Starcraft guy
Put
1.
on my
Sunglasses and walk away.
yeah.
Calculator,
Glasses.
nobody's in melee, right? Or you
I didn't hold.
anything.
I didn't hold.
Arkmir, nobody's within melee of you, so now we're at the top of the round.
You have a really long sword
Top
though,
of the
right?
mountain.
Astra.
I get
Astra!
excited.
Yep.
Oh, they must have rolled pretty bad then too. Because she's only. We both tied. We're both 16.
Only. This is like the best I've ever rolled in my life.
Yeah, I'm just saying comparatively.
Roll like 1-6.
Yeah.
Fuck him up, Astra.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Yeah, they were after
that?
me.
No, I'm gonna do Witch
These
Bolt.
guys. And then it was just our reactions that went off, so now it's our turns.
Yeah.
Wait, how much damage have we done on this one so far?
16 total.
How about this one?
Nothing.
He
just
came up
totally
and
murked
ate a guy.
one of the dusters.
Alright, you did 5, you did 11.
I did 7, he did 9.
I'm
You did
going
11.
to
She did.
5.
She didn't. Wait, you did damage?
Yeah,
What'd
she
you
did
hit?
5.
Okay, sorry. That's my bad.
I was like, where did...
I thought we only held
Eldritch
that.
Blast.
I mean, I'm keeping track of the damage, guys. Don't worry about that. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Eldritch Blast,
it's for
go.
future knowledge that I'd like to.
Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Rolling to hit.
Plus a d4.
Wait.
What?
Yeah.
Aim your wand at this giant creature, even though your hand is shaking a little bit. It's still pretty big and
Visually, I can see how big he is.
Fuck
How
off.
big is he compared to me in the game? Like,
about
in.
10, 12 feet tall.
we're
Okay, so
He's
he's
a little
good
taller.
3,
Okay,
4
15.
feet taller than me.
Definitely taller than you. His pincers come down to about
Wow.
you.
Oh, God.
15.
Where you used to be.
15 hits.
I'm used to being the biggest one in Schema.
Okay.
15 is the
Okay.
lowest we've rolled against
15
it.
hits. Okay, and then I need a D10, which is
At least 15
is
DC.
this one? Yes. Okay. 10.
Ooh, nice.
Sorry, 10.
Oh, yes, yeah.
10 damage total?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Your Eldritch
Nice.
Blast hits it and peels off the flesh. Almost a large chunk of it just flashes off. It's looking hard. Big one.
Okay, so I am in melee.
You are in melee.
One sec, I just want to read a spell.
Guys were famous. I think it's a bot.
Yeah.
Okay,
For big one, Timon, you're on deck.
That's kind of creepy.
You're on deck for what you're doing.
I'm going to,
I'm here.
can I disengage?
Turn around. It's an action.
It's gonna roll the hit, right?
Well, no, if you mean you just want to back away?
I just want to run away.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
Disengage is like an action for you.
No,
you can
no,
actually
I
do
want to.
it.
I want to use something, so I'm gonna attempt to run away.
You're just running away?
Yeah.
So it's going to get an attack
Yep.
opportunity on you. It tries to bite at you as
Yep.
you're trying to reach out. It's a 7 to hit.
Misses. So I just kind of block it, throw out my shield as I'm turning.
Yep.
Oh god!
Oh, no, me
He gotcha.
I'm gonna just back up to there. And then I'm going
You're
to
that kid
cast.
from Family Guy, Peter.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm.
That's
I think I'm just gonna take a shot with my gun. So because I did some artificing things on it, it has like a magical blue aura around it.
Yep.
It's magical bullets now.
Magic bullet.
Not that it doesn't do what you would think magic
press the
does.
button,
It just
like,
I don't need to
really
reload.
well.
It fills itself with magic bullets.
Yeah.
It's not magic.
That
It's
is
like a magic
a
bullet. You know? It's
14.
just making a smoothie out there in the middle.
14.
Barely hits.
14's the DC.
Ooh,
14's DC. So we got 14 is the DC.
Yep.
14 hit.
Yeah, 14's the DC.
Not that I'll make it.
Ooh, that's good. 9
I'll make it
damage
there,
total.
but
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
whether it's alive or not.
Sorry, 8.
You're like
8.
40, 45 feet
It was
out.
10. I was minus 2.
I can do it with an
As it
action.
bites down towards you and you like step away with your shield pushing
Yeah.
it back,
Which
and
is
you can see it like opens its jaws a little bit and like expecting
Yeah.
to bite you, and it
So you
leaves
can-
itself open
Yeah.
for a bit. As
Oh,
you're
yeah, so
stepping
you can
back,
make
you
an
take like a quick
If
shot
it's
at it. It reels back
Drag it
and
to
it's
this-
like visibly like just thrashing about. Not looking so good.
Not looking good? Okay.
Sorry, I missed what you hit it for. How much?
I rolled 10 and I have minus 2 because of my dexterity.
Oh.
So 8 damage total.
Okay, nice.
See my little trashy
Time it.
gun. It's a little
Time it.
baby
Wait.
compared to
Wait.
yours.
You get a Dex gives you a minus
Oh,
on
I could-
attack?
On
Sure
yours,
does on my
I like
pistol.
the music.
Oh, for you.
For now.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait until I
Time it, what do you do?
artificize.
Wow.
I'm gonna put away my gun,
Yep.
take my
Uh-oh.
shield,
Let's go.
and run at the fucker.
Yeah.
Screaming as I do.
Screaming or laughing because you're a bit of a psycho. Yeah, there it is.
I will attack.
All right, roll the hit.
Plus D4.
This lovely
Hashtag
extra
blessed.
die.
Ooh, that's
Is that
not
three?
good. 3 and a 3.
Oh.
12.
Misses. Dang. You're too distracted by pulling your shield out, making sure you're in defensive stance. You like rush forward, but you can't put everything behind your swing. It just steps out of the way. It's now
That's okay.
its turn. This guy is just gonna book it. What was this guy? This guy
Oh, I didn't even notice.
might be able to rush up this
That's
way.
where the clown's hiding.
Oh, I didn't even. When you said that, I'm like,
This
what
guy's
would be a
gonna take a
stick?
shot. Nihilus is just gonna wait to see what happens. So there's two of them with crossbows. This guy's the only one who rushed in.
Did you paint this?
The two
This
with
guy's
crossbows-
brave. They're the worst.
Correct.
Good job.
Oh, with the weathering effect on the cloak too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where the
man.
fuck did that? What?
You want to
What?
paint my mini?
Where'd the sheet go? Did I put the sheet away?
Did you paint all these for Faye?
I
What?
think these guys came pre-painted.
Oh, were
I
they?
think so. It's like a set. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, is this?
I think we were there when he got these. He used these in one of our old campaigns.
Oh, did
No,
you?
I've never used it.
Yes.
That
Or
was
not
the-
these ones. These guys.
Oh, those guys.
Oh, yeah, they were in
Yeah,
the
not
first
these
one,
guys.
I think.
Both of those. Oh, one of the crossbow bolts hits. That's
Hey, who are you shooting? This one back
nice.
here.
The one in the middle.
One in the middle. Okay.
The one that's been getting
He's pretty
peppered by you
close.
guys. He takes 4 points of damage.
And
From the one guy that flanked
I
him
don't
with
trust
a
that it's
dagger.
only two.
Yeah.
no.
That is
Knowing if my animal instincts are correct, they do run in herds.
so the brave guy who rushed in. He just shouts out and almost like jumps on top of this one with his dagger, and he sinks in, slides down. This guy crumples.
Oh,
He stole the thunder.
This is
Dusters are a little
He
badass.
still.
Yeah.
This is important. What's his name?
You don't know that, but you can ask him afterwards.
All right.
right now in your action.
With my action,
Sir.
I walk over and shake his hand.
That's a fine job, sir.
Calthair, it's your turn. What are you doing?
No. I walk over and I shake his hand. I turn around and go, oh fuck.
Oh Jesus!
Hello.
I'm gonna.
Arkmir, you're on deck. So.
Yep.
I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna do what I was before. I'm gonna just turn around, cast Sacred Flame, so I kind of go like this and pull down just like a little whispery white flame down on him. He has to make a dex save.
Dex saving throw?
13.
That's an 18, so.
He
Nothing
fails. So, okay, so I see that kind of just like a and do nothing to him.
It just like ducks out of the way.
Okay.
Your spell still takes effect around this column.
Right.
He just ducks out of the way.
This is not good. And I'm going to back up.
Hide behind me, puppy.
Go to there. And
You know one's gonna pop up right fucking here. I know
Probably.
it. I know.
And
It's literally probably right on this. Yeah, I know. He's like, yeah, I figured you out.
can I use my bonus action to see if I feel any tremors? Where I am?
Not a bonus action.
Damn it!
These are really cool.
But with your passive perception, you'll be the first to find out.
When it inevitably happens.
Yeah, I don't think I have a bonus action that I want to
I
do.
doubt I could get to this guy, but how far is 60 feet?
So. 60?
So each one of these is what?
5.
Each of those squares is fine.
There, I think.
What?
That's 60?
That was
That's like
35.
35.
5, 10,
Oh, I'm doing,
15,
yeah.
20, 25. It's kind of hard for me to see here.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15,
It's probably pretty close.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60,
Right there.
like here.
Okay.
No,
Somewhere around there. The corner of this one.
Somewhere around
Yeah.
here.
Somewhere right around.
Like right here.
Yeah, somewhere right in the vicinity of him.
I'm gonna
Do you have a
get.
dash yet?
He has cutting action.
I'm cutting action. I can get there with like my full. If I use all my actions, I just won't have an attack.
Yeah. You run right at his face.
Yeah. I'm here.
I'm Arkmir.
Yeah.
Are you charging me
Charging for my service?
I'm actually gonna go and get in between Astra and Calthier.
Great. Here somewhere?
Yeah, and
Oh no.
oh god.
It's already
That
too
was a
late.
bad
You did it.
And
Yeah.
I will hold my.
I was just laughing at the line, like you just forming a cargo
Oh,
line of
actually,
just across the
I will
entire
hold
thing.
my-
I'm going to use Tasha's Caustic Brew. on
I
everybody.
will hold my attack action here.
In case something pops.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a full on like Avengers
Yeah.
line. You know?
Calthier, you feel a strange trembling
Oh,
sensation on the ground underneath you.
Right beside me where I called.
And right beside the
I
other
turn to the big one and go, "This
Right here?
is not
one,
good."
another one erupts
Like
from the
actually
ground,
where I called.
crashing out right behind you. You felt it move.
Like I could kind of.
You felt it move almost like underneath where you were.
right.
These things
Comes
are
up behind,
fucking awesome.
erupts out, and just
Okay,
goes
come on.
barks
my
out
God.
in a straight 30-foot line. of
It just
acid.
barfed on all of us.
Can I get a 30-foot
It
line
barfed on all
template,
of
please?
us.
Yeah.
Made in
I'm pretty sure it's hitting this guy too.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I don't even know if you have to even.
Here.
It's just a 30-foot straight line.
There's another.
Is
one
this
over there.
is this acid damage? Like poison acid?
I'll tell you in a moment.
Is this the 30 feet?
That looks like 30 feet.
Can it be fire damage?
That's the
was
60
better.
Each of you make a
There's a
dexterity
60.
saving throw.
No, it doesn't. That's it.
It doesn't
there.
hit that guy.
I don't see one that's shorter.
It'll be 30 feet.
60.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to figure out if it actually
It
hits.
won't hit the big guy.
I think it hits Timon.
It hits all of you. It's like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
yeah. You can just pick a point like right
No,
at me.
I know, but like 5,
This is
10.
30 by 10.
Ah, there's the mini one.
It's.
Oh.
That's-
This
that's
is
what I
30
mean.
by 10.
That's-
It
That
doesn't
doesn't
hit.
hit Timon.
I don't
Are
think.
you drawing from its base or from its head?
Either or.
Well,
On me,
from the-
on me, it only goes to there.
I don't think it hits time end.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Would all of the rest of you make a dexterity saving
15.
throw, please?
I rolled high and
You are
minus
blessed.
3.
So,
Oh, I am blessed. So.
You are blessed.
What did I say?
Imagine
15
being
plus
blessed.
4, 19.
nice.
14.
Well, I'm fucked.
Would you?
10.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
That's 'cause of my
5.
5 is what I rolled.
I rolled a 4.
Excellent.
You take 15 points of acid damage. You take 15 points of acid damage.
Doesn't matter.
You take half of that. So
I am using
I'm down.
my
you take 8
reaction.
points of acid damage. You take 8 points of
Yeah,
acid
yeah.
damage.
I am down.
I am using. I am
That's
casting
all.
with my reaction absorb
You're down
elements,
too?
and you see 6 points. Or I guess I have to roll. It's not just 6. 1 damage going to my arm. I think that's how it works. Is it?
Are healers down?
So it says the spell captures
Sure
some
is.
of your incoming damage, lessening its effect on you and storing it for your next melee attack.
Oh, thanks, Astra.
Right?
Do I- is that just a D6? Like, how does that work?
What did I do?
There's 2 of us too.
Oh, sorry. I mean, you two.
Well,
Alright, I have to figure out how this works. Sorry.
This way. He just gets the melee with these two.
I'm like, good night.
Are you out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is our
Me too.
healer. But also,
You're out too?
Arkmere.
So since you're out, blessed falls.
That is true, yes. I
Everyone
am no
loses
longer
less. No one's
concentrating.
concentrated.
And Astra, it's your turn.
Cool.
So it reduces 6 damage
Okay.
and stores it in as an element. So
There you go.
you said 8, so I take 2.
I'm gonna witch bolt this mother effer.
Alright.
Okay.
Roll that.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Don't add a d4.
I know.
What was I? Oh no, that's right. I was at 11 minus 2.
21.
Oh, man.
You said 8. I
Astra's
got
on
6,
point.
so it's 2.
I have no idea what you're
Don't worry
talking
about it. Don't worry about it.
You just say numbers.
Basically, when you acid spit, you saw some of the acid go into my arm and just get absorbed.
Yep.
That's all you need to know.
And I got hit with the acid. I'm like, that's disgusting. And then
Yeah.
I'm really pissed off, and I rolled 21.
That hits.
Sure
How much
does.
damage is that?
Well, 1d12. Listen. 7.
Does it add any for witch bolt or no?
No.
Okay.
At the time.
Not yet.
So this sizzling energy bolts and nebula coils into it. Forms like a
Sure
searing
does.
bond around one of its pincers. Big one.
Yeah.
Simon, you're on deck.
So I will look just to my right and see Kelthier on the ground, and I will pull out a little metal ball and just place it. You're basically beside me, right?
Yeah, they're right beside you.
Either way, I can roll or whatever. You see the little metal ball sprout out little spider legs. It crawls up onto your chest and shoots a little green mist. I'm casting Cure Wounds on you.
That is sick.
It's okay.
For
One day.
health.
I'll
Not
take
rolling
it.
great today.
I will take it.
But it's 4 health that I'm hoping you can get our other boy at.
That is
See that?
much
That's
better
And
than that
Calthea
saving
runs
throw.
away.
Like, bye, Arkmir.
Oh, I'm
It's
still on the
basically
ground.
what I
Come
can
on.
do, yeah. And then
Yeah, you can lay down.
Um,
She's prone right now.
I'm going to. It's going to get an attack, but I'm going to try and get
It's
the
gonna
fuck
be
away
like
from
an
there.
action for you to get up.
It makes sense.
No,
Attack or
it's
opportunity, I
after
choose.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Actually, no, sorry. Can I not do that, or is it too late because you rolled?
It's up to you.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Move. Sorry.
I didn't say what it was, so it's up to
Yeah, I fucked up. I don't want to move.
you. Okay.
I don't want to.
Simon.
Simon's going to run at the bastard.
Let's do it. Fuck those guys. This is our chance to get out.
They can take care of that
what's
guy.
my move?
Do you think a donkey can hold an
25.
elephant? Can I just,
It's
like,
a
piece it up?
goat. It's a goat.
This is a fucking donkey.
I know. I don't have a goat mini.
Donkey.
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 That's Archie right there.
All we know is that
Sorry.
if your move is 30, you're 5 away from him because he didn't
Yes,
hit you with
because
the
he
30
couldn't
spray, so
hit
you
you
can't
with a
get to
spray,
him
so
with
you
30.
can't get to him without using a dash.
My move is 25 because I'm.
Oh, yeah, then you're about, yeah. You're,
Short, stumpy legs.
Yep.
So 10 feet away from the foot guard would be.
I know.
And you can
Arkmir
always
is
action
down,
search
but
to
we've
get it.
gotta save Archie. We have
You
to
can action
make
search
sure.
to dash.
Move, dash, attack.
I will action search it.
Yeah. This guy's
He's just like catching your breath a little. Just like can't
Yeah,
and
then
rush
you're
over.
Why is he running like that? I've never seen a dwarf exercise that they don't run before.
Roll to hit.
I feel like he's so bulky, he's not gonna have like the,
No,
the
like,
flexibility.
the same effect.
His arms wouldn't
It
even
just
go
goes to, like,
straight.
here.
It would be like
They're
this.
just by his side, like running.
Roll to hit.
16.
Ooh, that hit.
for a second.
Roll damage.
Natural 20.
Holy shit.
So
I was just wondering if you did. You did.
I got some. I'm going to get more, though.
These minis are just too
He's
damn
just been
cool.
here taking selfies.
Kelthier,
He hasn't
you're
been
on
taking
deck.
pictures
Yep.
of this.
Okay.
8.
Ooh, that's max damage.
14 points of
Oh,
damage.
baby, let's
Shit,
go.
you got +6 on that bad boy?
Ooh, my friend.
Your hammer just like connects really hard on one of its pincers, and its pincers almost like cracks and falls to the ground, and it's like oozing this sort of greenish,
sick.
pale greenish ichor.
Screw that.
His marrow
This
at
guy
it.
who got the kill last time charges back to them.
I thought I was on deck.
You are after the bandits. That's why I said you're on deck. The bandits are nice.
Sound like a kid. It's my turn.
This guy's gonna
Why?
take a shot.
Why?
Nihilus
Why?
is going to rush this way.
Come on, now let's do something.
Oh no, Nihilus, don't look at me.
Um,
I'm a cool duster.
Nihilus is going to look at you, Kelthier.
Oh, no.
He's going to touch his collar.
Okay.
He's going to cast Healing Word.
Heals a guy that's already alive. This bastard.
Thanks,
Poor
guys.
Arkmir.
Yeah. Poor Archer's just lying dead
Just
on the ground.
lying
He doesn't
there.
like your coat.
Yeah.
You heal 5 HP.
There you go. Alright, our healer's a little healthy.
That was his bonus action, so he can actually move another.
That's true, he does, yep.
30
Past
HP.
Arkmir.
Yeah. Just like steps over
Gives you
him.
a middle finger as he walks off.
Piece of shit.
Kelthier, it's now your turn.
I'm going to use half my move to stand up.
It's very important what happens next.
Have him move to go away.
I'm going
Just eat the
to
wrapper.
I was being stealthy.
I'm going
All you're gonna
to
get is like crinkle
turn around and I'll see you on the ground.
There's still acid bubbling all over his corpse. It's just like
Yep.
his coat is like has got burn marks on it now.
No, my coat.
It's fine. You stole another duster coat from the dead body before.
Does anybody here speak Elvish?
I do.
Do you actually?
I speak Loxodon.
I can read Elvish.
I actually
I
speak
think
your
I do.
language.
Oh, but you're unconscious, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
We can have a combo.
Okay,
And no.
either way, then
I mean, my
whoever's
daddy knows.
around just hears me mumble something in Elvish, kind of like a whisper.
Can you write it down?
No.
Yeah. I cast, as my bonus action, I cast Healing Word on you.
Ooh. That's a big boy one, I think.
No, that's the little one.
That's a little
That gives you 5.
I mean, that's more than I did
That's
with the Cure
better
Wound,
than...
so.
oh.
And then I'm going to go a little bit back this way with the rest of my move. But as I start walking that way, you kind of see that dark, kind of like
Not
almost
nerf, but-
smoke-like start kind of going around me. And as soon as I get to that side over there, I turn back around to everybody and I slam my weapon into the ground, and the smoke kind of like billows out again into like a massive radius. And with my action, I cast Twilight Sanctuary.
You get to select allies, or is it just all allies?
It's a radius, right?
Sphere center around you, doing like sphere moves.
Does it affect the dusters as well?
Creature including you. I can choose. When a creature ends their turn, I choose if they get the benefit.
Okay.
Do you roll it right now?
You can roll.
I will roll. Well, so it's the end of my turn. I'll roll right now. So it's a d6. I'll try this.
Ooh, twice in a row.
6 again.
Nice.
So
was like
yeah,
8.
I'll at the end of everybody's turn, I will. I will deem you worthy or not. So I'm. That's pretty much where my turn ends. So I get 8
Right.
temporary hit points.
Nice. Arkmir, what are you doing?
Do we get them now?
And
At the
you
end
get
of your
your
turn.
I'll guess I'll spend my half movement to get stand up.
Yep.
Something to straighten me up.
Like, thanks, guys.
Thanks. And I will. Yeah, now Arkmir is pissed. Well, he's gonna circle around the other side.
Right in a bumhole.
Yeah.
Sure. I was just thinking beside big one.
Oh, this side?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like the size of my shield.
payback.
Yeah, with some rage, and this will be a sneak attack.
I would
Yep.
like to.
Definitely
rage.
will.
I'm not a barbarian, but I'm raging.
Roll the hit.
Oh man,
Here we go. Come on.
praying for this to be a fail.
That's
That
not
doesn't
it.
count.
That's not a
Ooh.
fail.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's 22.
Yeah, definitely hits. Roll damage.
Come on.
Big money. Big money.
Arkmir.
6 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait. Oh yeah. Wait.
Wait.
I got
You're
another
missing a
die
few
to roll
dice
here.
there,
Yeah. There's another one on top of that. There we go. 9 damage.
Okay.
Good.
This one's looking pretty badly hurt.
Is that the
Still
end of your
standing.
turn?
Ooh yeah. I will use cunning action here to disengage and back off towards
This guy?
where Calthier is.
So you moved, what, like 5, 10, 15, 20?
You don't have much movement.
You don't have that
left.
much
You have
movement.
10
Well, no.
feet.
If you use his
cunning
dash, you
action.
can move 30.
No, you aren't using your cunning action
Oh no,
to
it's
disengage.
to disengage.
Oh,
so I'd only use the
disengage,
so you have
remaining
10.
You
movement.
would
So you have
only
10.
have-
Yeah, then I would just back up a bit.
This way?
Yep.
All right.
You are worthy. You get 8 temporary.
Let's
hit
think
points.
about it.
Yeah.
Let's think about it.
All right.
Yeah, 8 temporary hit points.
Oh yes.
So you almost kind of like you're kind of in this dim lit kind of shadowy sphere that's kind of in there. So it kind of like darkened the
What's
area.
the radius of this thing?
30 feet.
That's crazy.
So it's around me. So it's like this.
Yeah, 30 feet radius is huge.
But
Just inside.
That's right.
Yeah.
is that no? That's 20 feet, I think, probably. Or does it say?
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's bigger than that. He's in.
You're a just in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That was
you
the same
basically you
size.
kind of almost feel the like it almost looks like the shadows kind of like latch onto you a little bit, and there's kind of like this like almost like just kind of like aura
This
around
guy-
you.
You see one of them off in the distance, the one that you're not engaged with, just kind of chomp down with his
Oh,
pincers,
God.
grabs one of them, and almost just like eats the gnawing away. He's dead. He's dead.
Oh.
He's dead.
I thought he was carrying him as a trophy. Though.
The other one is
let
going
him
to
go.
try and bite down a Timon, who's right in front of it.
Bring it!
That's a 12 to hit. That definitely won't.
Nope. Shield Brothers.
Astra, it's your turn.
Witch bolt.
Yep. How much damage does that do?
That
Is
does
a cantrip?
No.
How many spell slots do you have?
No, it
It
once it
continues.
hits, it stays there, and she keeps like. Wait a minute.
How much damage does it do?
I got excited. I don't play spellcasters.
And nice.
Yep.
I don't play
It's looking
spellcasters.
pretty hurt.
So hurt that his
Gonna
head
have to blur
is
that
gonna
out
fall off.
in the stream.
Big one.
Yeah, so
Lyman, you're on deck.
last time you saw when he spit the acid, it almost like absorbed into my arm and like a green hue went on it. So I'm gonna pull out my light hammer and swing at him, and you'll see as I'm swinging, the energy just goes from my arm into the light hammer.
Nice.
Acid
Okay.
hammer.
Ooh, not great. Nope, misses.
This is
If I had blessed, that would have hit. Pain.
Yep.
if you do get your temporary. remember
Is
to
that
get
your turn? You're
temporary
done?
hit points. Yes, Timon.
You are worthy.
Thanks, man.
Timon, what are you doing?
Time is going to strike again.
Hey,
All right.
how come after my turn I wasn't
Oh yeah,
worthy?
you're worthy. That one
You guys
goes
have to
without.
remember
That goes without saying.
You're
What do
definitely not.
What do I get?
8 temporary hit points.
That was like a kid.
16.
That is.
Yay!
Finish him off, baby. Big dice. Big dice. Not bad.
11.
Alright. Paint me a picture of what it looks like.
Oh. So, seeing one of the pincers almost broken, Timon is going to aim straight at it and hit his entire head off.
Yes!
As you see this, as you see one of his pincers is
With
almost falling off.
Like an upward strike.
You take your hammer, you spin it a couple of times, and you swing upwards.
Thor?
And the hammer connects right with the pincer, and its head coils backwards for a moment, and then just the pressure of it just snaps its spine in half.
Oh yeah.
Goo and blood
What,
almost
what
falls
I'm
all around
imagining
you.
is Astro in the background,
As
like
this
that.
creature
The nod
is
meme, just
dead.
like. Yes.
Just zooms in.
Is Timon worthy?
It's his turn.
He can
Diamond
move
is
as well.
worthy.
Yep.
So, after finishing that, Timon is going to look around. Oh, it's another fucker! And book that way.
He just spins right past me.
The Naruto running.
Okay.
Somewhere there, yeah.
Alright. And yeah, you are still within the 30 feet of me, so yes,
You are worthy.
yes, the Twilight Aura protects you as well.
Can you just move all the bandits closer to the thing?
You want them coming this way?
Yes.
What about the archer guy?
Not the archers. The
Okay.
archers are just.
What's their movement roughly?
30 feet.
What about the archer that's way over here?
He moves
there. Did this guy already move?
almost where Timon
No, he
is,
stays
and then
there, right?
shoots.
He's an archer.
Okay, so over
Oh,
here
gotcha.
somewhere.
Good. He misses, so that's good.
And comes diagonally. Yeah.
The other one does hit. 4 points of damage on this guy.
Okay. He's probably not that hurt yet.
The 3 who are in melee with him.
Nothing like a good sprawl in the streets of Schema.
The dusters completely miss all of their attacks, except for one who hits for 4 damage.
We decided to follow these guys.
Pieces of shit.
How did they kill me? They can't hit a fucking thing 4 feet taller than me.
They're hitting it. It's just going.
Oh, true. I mean, I got.
Kelpier, it's your turn. Arkmir, you're on deck.
Alrighty. I'm going to. What's the 60 feet? Yeah, easy. I'm going to pretty much. So first, I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on it. So bring the wispy white fire down on it.
Oh,
That is a 10 saving throw.
Fail. Let's do this.
Oh wait,
one.
that's definitely not a right dice.
No, it's
Never
a
mind.
No.
I rolled a d10. A natural 2.
One.
1? Yeah, that.
Still fail.
I thought he was gonna say natural 20. I'm like,
Yeah.
you just gotta own to the max.
Ooh, 6. All right, so it takes 6.
I rolled one of the percentile dice. I
yeah.
rolled to a 10. I was like, oh, 10. Yeah. Wait, why does
radiant
why does the other side of that have 70 on it? How much?
6 radiant damage,
Nice.
and it kind of just like burns up a little bit.
Guys,
Um,
this battle's so intense, I just hit my calorie goal.
Like sitting over there, like,
Arkmir? Or wait, what else are you doing?
I'm in atrial fibrillation.
I'm going
Not like a bad
to.
thing.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
I'm not actually.
Oh, I was like, doesn't that mean you're like dead? Die?
Like,
Go to the hospital?
I'm gonna stay where I. Wait. I'm actually gonna come over here beside time.
Digamund.
Look sharp.
Arkmir?
Likewise.
So, who was
Hi,
beside you
guys.
before? Nihilus? So I get 30 feet to go up to around Nihilus, right? And then I guess I can use my.
Backstab him?
Yeah. I want his clean coat. No.
Cassandra sends her regards.
So I'll use my cunning action to keep going there. But
You can get to
Yeah.
him with 30 more.
anyway, yeah.
Whereabouts do you? Well, you can kind of get on this side of him.
I'll be just on the left side if that
yeah.
keeps me within range of your.
Oh,
Stuff?
I
Yeah,
moved.
it's
I moved so
certainly
that this
that,
side
yeah.
is within 30.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not that you get more because you haven't taken any yet, but
right. I will sneak attack.
I'll say, playing in person after not playing in person with minis and fucking.
It's not even the same
Stormforge,
game.
It's not.
It sucks.
like
24.
it's
the
so bad. I
worst.
hate being
like
there.
combat.
So-
It's just not the same online. It's just not. It's so much better in person. Like this looks freaking awesome.
All right, here we go. Arkmir.
It was already 24 to hit.
Yep.
And
Okay.
Okay.
Not in. Okay.
11 damage.
Ooh, nice.
Wait, the 11's
Don't
what
have
you
a
rolled.
plus?
What does it add though?
You had a plus something?
You should.
Yeah, you get plus on your weapon.
I do, don't I? Yes, sorry. 14.
Yeah.
So yeah, that last hit on that guy would have been more too.
No, I did add on that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He just chooses. He's like, this time.
The last one I rolled 3 and 3 and added 3 and it was 9 damage.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You see this one now surrounded? Just like burrows.
I was
down
gonna
into
say
the
he's gonna
ground.
try and get the fuck
You
out.
get an attack of opportunity on it.
Oh, man.
I was just gonna say okay.
Stab him while he's leaving.
Is he gonna come up?
17 to hit?
That hits.
That
Yeah.
hits.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
Come on, big damage. Potentially finish
You
him.
get sneak attack on this?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, I do?
No.
You get sneak attack once per turn. This
Oh,
is
it's
a
not
new
your turn, so
It's
yeah.
not your turn,
Yes.
so you do.
You do.
Oh, I do.
You do
Okay.
get it. Yeah.
It's his turn.
It's not great right now. It's at least 5 damage plus 7 damage.
Fake view. Oh, because, and I will tell you this, the guy who killed the other one, he also sinks his dagger into it at the same time and like cuts through. He dealt it 7 damage with his attack, so your attack does finish it off.
He almost stole the other kill.
In case you
Maybe a
didn't finish
picture.
it, I was gonna swan dive into the hole. Get stuck.
As
Nice, good shit.
as this guy's like diving into the hole,
Yes.
Arkmir takes his rapier and like sticks from the bottom and like just brings it up like straight through him.
That's cool.
You see this creature just like lunge down. One of the dusters beside you sinks in with his dagger, pulls upwards, leaving like a trail of ichor, and you just stab down almost beside it, almost in the same spot. As you pull it up, the creature underneath almost like falls to the ground and collapses into the hole itself. The rocks almost like collapsing in behind it and covering it.
Cool.
I'm just over there. Good.
I have nothing else left to teach you.
With all of you battered and bruised, with Dak dead, as well as a couple of other dusters fallen. I think this is a good spot to take a bit of a break.
Cool.
As we
That was sick.
cover and see what comes
What a
up.
first half.
Yeah.
I assume the temp health is over now?
It will
is,
fall
yeah.
in a
It's
sec.
like a
Yeah.
minute or something, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we'll be
Can
back
we
in
bring
about.
back the other goat? Can we like go?
If you
like,
collect all the pieces,
mending.
I will use mending.
Okay. Put them back together.
All right,
might be able
we'll be
to
back
find the
here in about
parts.
5 minutes. Thanks, guys.
all right. See you soon.
Decent.
Might be able to find the part.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Here on the scene of a vicious
Sorry, I got
battle.
carried away.
As our party transporting this caravan towards this strange tall building in the distance on the outskirts of Schema, were attacked and ambushed by strange beasts, insectoid creatures, unlike any that any of you have ever seen before.
I've acquired these.
I don't know where
So you're reeling,
it's over there somewhere.
trying to
It's fine. I
see
don't
if
need
there's still tremors in the ground, anything shaking. After a moment, it seems to calm down. A moment to yourself. What are
Kaltir,
you doing?
are you alright?
Son, son of a bitch.
To be fair, he's right next to me.
I'm all right. Thanks for asking. Where's Nihilus to me right now? Like he was I think.
He's walking up to check on the two who were right next to where the last one was, the Arkmir and the other guy, Eridoc. That's his name.
That's the one.
Aragorn?
Aragon?
Eridoc. They just killed him.
Yeah, you're saying
Sorry,
Aragog.
walk
They're
over.
saying Aragorn.
The Nihilus, I think his name was. He helped me there in that fight. I was surprised. And then I see him and I walk over towards him and just say, "Thank you for helping me in that fight. That was surprising. Does that happen regularly here? These creatures?"
Yeah, around these parts, yeah.
I'm not near that conversation, but it just reminded me, like, I'll go up to one of their bodies. Have I seen anything like this? Have I heard any rumblings of this happening in Schema? Like, I feel like being here for like 100 years.
You can make a history check or a nature check, or
They're both the same, so.
It depends. What
I will do.
are you trying to find out if like anything like this happened in the history of the city or in the past, or?
Yeah, mostly like in relation to Schema, because
Mhm.
you know, me being kind of secluded toward one, I'm gonna guess they don't happen there. So, but I'll do a history check.
I'll come back to you. So,
Yeah.
That's 18.
not that you can recall. Never really. You've never seen or heard of any strange creatures bursting out of the ground like that.
And then a follow up to that, can I make an investigation check on the body of one of them to see if there's any salvageable parts, like
They're kind of
it's
like
got
as they
acids,
erupted out of the ground, their corpses kind of fell back into like the hole that they came
Completely
out of.
gone?
They're still there, but like you'd have to dig through and like you can try.
Yeah, can I like haul one up? a
Sure,
little bit,
make
and
an
then-
investigation check.
That is called natural 20 for 23 total.
As you get down and start to kind of investigate it, you take 3 points of acid damage as its acidic bile corrodes
Sure,
your hands as you're reaching into it.
You standing?
Does that count as 10 hit points, or is that gone?
It would have been gone now.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. You're still up then?
Yeah,
Okay.
barely.
Okay, I was gonna say, you must
Yeah.
be low.
You don't really find anything of value. You'd think you could maybe bottle the acid if you had a vial or something like that.
Yeah, I do.
Or you
In
could
my,
like scrape some pieces of its carapace off. Maybe might be worth something to someone,
I
or
think
to
I'm
study
more-
later on. But
More interested in the acid. So if there's, I do have little vials. So.
make a nature check.
That is 19.
All right, you're able to handle it safely, and just the initial scalding in its vial glands. You were able to eventually squeeze out
We lose it.
probably like a bottle of a vial of acid.
We lose it.
Cool.
Arkmir, what were you?
Just around us.
Mhm.
I know we had about 24 dusters around us. Do I know how many there are with us now?
Just the like 5 or 6 that were with you.
5. Arkmer's gonna walk over to Nihilus and be like, what the fuck was that?
They're called Ankegs. They frequent the wilderness outside the city. Let's just call it that. They tend to be attracted towards beasts of all kind, easy food. I'm assuming it was the goats that they were after, but once they were out, they tend to eat pretty much anything.
And they just come into the city like this? That's a regular occurrence?
We're not in the city anymore.
Interesting.
Cassandra will explain. He just nods and checks with Aradok and Oscar and his men, basically.
And then, well, I'll go see if I can find myself that nice duster now.
There's
Walk off.
2 dead corpses that you can. Their coats are also kind of chewed through with acid though, so they won't be clean at all. Yours is probably still in the best shape out of those. So,
I have one bloodstained one too, right?
yeah, you do.
Really into coats.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Take notes.
Really into coats.
Yamnald and Karana are kind of just standing around the cart.
Cool.
I'm gonna run up to Arkmir. Holy crap, that was crazy. Are you okay? You saw that Kalthir almost died, right? Are you okay? I know you guys are close. Where were you the whole fight? Poor Kalthir. Anyways,
Hang my
I'll
head
leave
low.
you to it.
Thanks, Astra.
Karana comes up to you, you all right?
I'm alright. What about you? Where were you? That's okay, lass. Just messing with
I was
you.
protecting the carts.
Sure.
Poor Dak.
Rip.
He made it all the way here from Cornwall, and now he's gone. Where the fuck is Julius? You hear it shout almost out loud, or pretty loud in general.
Is it just so? Are you two just talking kind of in private right now?
I think they're just in the vicinity of the carts because
Yeah, because I was close by to the
getting
cars.
his group
I
back
think you were
together
kinda close
essentially,
to the
and
cars.
Okay.
sort of around the cart.
I'm gonna kind of swing over because I heard her just yelled at.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna walk over and just ask kind of the both of you, Julius, how do you know him?
I know him from the caravan. I
He's
didn't
been
know
with
him
me
before.
on dozens and dozens of these trips. He's the closest thing I've got to a friend.
Thanks.
I don't know where he went. I need to track him down. I need to make sure he's safe. Make an insight check.
Okay. Not that one.
Told you.
16.
Probably a little more than friendship there.
Okay.
Ooh.
I forget. I may have asked this when we first got here. Has Karana been to Schema before?
Yes.
Many
Okay.
times.
Karana, have you had a run-in with these folks before?
Can't say that. You mean the beast that came out of the ground? or
No, the people with the coats.
Can't say that.
Have you heard of them before?
I mostly tended to stay around the market and around Ward 5. Didn't really venture out much. Aside from that, I would be protecting any cargo that people brought in. Maybe going out to some of the bars in the ward. Didn't really get around the city much. Tended to keep to myself mostly. Myself and fucking Julius.
So, the whistle that Julius uses, is that something he made up? Something you two came up with? Where did that come
It's
from?
a signal.
Has he used it as long as you've known him?
Anytime we want to make sure that we're nearby in the vicinity, keeping an eye on each other. we
Why
both
do
use
you
it.
ask, lad?
When, I believe it was you who whistled, when we were being escorted here, you whistled.
I did. I was
Julius
trying
is-
to see if he was around or.
Right. I tried the same thing, but not quite as good as whistling. But I overheard some of the escorts
it sounded like they were laughing as you were whistling. Now, as far as I could tell, you were doing a good job of it. It made me think they knew the whistle.
Laughing.
Don't feel bad. It was a great whistle.
It might mean
Thanks,
nothing.
Last.
It might be nothing. It's just something I overheard. I was just curious if perhaps that was maybe something that maybe they use as well. Julius had picked it up from somewhere else. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I heard that and I was curious.
Yeah, as you guys.
Are any of the dusters in earshot of us?
I think Nihilus is still gathering his men, and they're kind of like standing a little bit away from you, and like you can see maybe one of them is looking in your direction, but it's probably they're giving you your space to regroup as they are.
Yeah, I'll.
So Timon is just going to ask very like shush in a very low volume. You know, if we want to escape, this is a good opportunity.
Unfortunately, I'm not in any position to attempt that right now.
As you see it, very bloody again.
Oh my god, lad.
And you'll see, like, I'm very carefully and almost sweating with the acid in my hands, but I do have the vial.
Do you look really rough again?
I'm pretty rough.
Okay.
I'm pretty bloody. And then I'll just say, like, with all due respect, we should probably move away from this area. If these creatures, I don't even know what those creatures were, but if they come back, well, I don't want to be around to find out what might happen.
I think I wouldn't mind hearing what this Cassandra has to say. Maybe she can shed some light on some of the things that are going on. It's also strange that we've ventured out of the city.
Are
Are we in
we?
the Chaoslands? As I'm petting Archie, trying to console him.
Me?
What?
Big one? No, I'm petting you.
Yeah.
And as I'm petting you, I cast
Sorry,
Cure.
what was the question?
Are we in the Chaoslands?
Everywhere's the chaos.
I'm petting both of you.
You're still so as you look out in the distance, you're near what you would call the edge of the city. Essentially, there's like scattered buildings almost like behind you, but they're all abandoned. They're all closed off. There's like a few buildings still in front of you, off in the distance. Off like straight in front of you, you can see like the Rift and Ring, the fence that you'd seen on your way into town.
Yeah,
So
off in the distance.
we're still
within it.
within the ring.
You're still within the ring.
Okay. And then in terms of clouds, like, is it just the man-made cloud that we see?
You see a cloud off to your east, past the Rift and Ring, a dark black cloud
Okay.
that is almost like at the very edge of the ring is a solid, like, straight line cloud.
Okay.
It's really nutty. It's probably the first time that you've seen it. It does not come any closer.
Okay.
So
Like there's like a wall.
There's like a straight
Barrier.
line
Like
in the cloud, and then the rest of it is like a normal, like,
Weird.
black
Oh,
cloud.
it just kind of like
See.
cuts off
Yeah.
right there.
It looks like it's almost like cutting off.
There's
there.
like
like
a
a force
field or
field.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That's cool.
So do we see the spires at all, or
The spire is still behind you, off in the distance, way off in the distance to your north, essentially.
do the spires of particular wards do they all look the same, or have we?
Some of them look different from others. This one looks more sleek, more modern.
So,
You don't know what any of that means, though. Like, it's not your area of expertise.
I guess I just wondered from
Necessarily.
like being in Ward 4 versus Ward 8, if I would have noticed a difference in the spires, and like from out here, just trying to see if that gives me a sense of like relatively where I am.
Make a perception check.
yeah.
Those 7 and 8 would be newer, so they'd probably be in better condition.
Yeah, kind of like just to tack onto that, it's because it seems like there's it seems like Ward 8 is kind of almost like shut down. Like in the other
effort.
wards, is it almost, because I don't really know what the spires are doing. Like, do
A for
they
effort.
glow? Do they have like some kind of aura to them? Is there like light on them and not in Ward 8? Or
Still, in the 2 days or 3 days that you've been here, you haven't really
Yeah.
noticed any of that.
okay,
There isn't any glowing. There isn't anything like that. They are different, unique structures. They don't all look the same.
Right.
The only common thing about them is that there's cables connecting them to the one in the middle, the big one in the middle.
And none of the cables look different in terms
None
of
the cables
like
have looked any different so far.
Okay.
You might have noticed at night that like at night there are like little enchanted lights on them at like
Including
probably
Ward
like
8?
3 of them. I don't know if you would have noticed.
Okay. Sorry.
But maybe not. You don't know. Next time it gets dark, you can check.
You were rolling. So.
Yeah, rolled a natural 4.
You say that as I see a nat 20 sitting.
I mean, they are all like. It's hard to miss the fact that they're all different. Like their silhouettes are slightly different. They're like at different heights. That's like it's an obvious fact. But you don't notice any additional particular details about
Is this a spire?
anything. But you know, you're still close to one. Like not close, but there's one that's like closest to you. There's a really tall one that's like past it.
But I don't recognize which one it's for, like which ward it's for.
I mean, we're near Ward 8. We know that.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. We're just on the outskirts.
Based on the direction that we were going,
Mhm.
are we were we going away? Because Ward 8 is next to Ward 7.
Yes.
Were we moving away from Ward 7 within Ward 8?
Yes.
Okay.
The inn that you stayed at was almost at the edge of Ward 7, and it was almost at like an intersection point between Ward 7, 5, and 8. But it was more on the 8 side.
And we were moving away from 5
You were
as well?
moving away from both of them. You were heading east and southeast almost.
Okay.
Very edge of town.
I need a
Yeah, the very edge of town.
Is there an outer wall?
It's just the fence, the ring.
Same looking fence, though?
It's the same looking
Same
roof ring
idea.
that you can see from you saw when
Yeah.
you were coming in. Yeah,
Okay.
there's no
More of
gate
like-
or anything. It's
more
just
of
like
like a-
thin.
Yeah, like a marked
metal.
fence, not to keep
Yeah,
people
it's
out.
not-
It's
it
just
won't
like-
keep anyone out.
It's like an
No.
indicator,
Yeah.
basically. Okay.
I know what we're coming up to, but Astra doesn't.
Any access gates or
Make a perception check.
then?
Nope. Just a solid line that goes across.
Okay.
You're pretty sure it's just a ring fence that's just going around the perimeter of town. As you all are kind of looking around, Nihilus and the Dusters approach you. They approach you, Gartner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you technically outnumber us now.
I was saved your asses.
You did.
Except, what's your name, young lad? And I point to the guy that killed the first keg and hit the other one.
He's like surprised a little bit and like turns his head towards it a little bit. Now that you can see his face looks almost like beast-like in some ways. It's not like a human. He's got like a mask on. He pulls his mask down. The name's Adrock.
Adra?
So the mini had that, and I was like, that's a weird feature. Motherfucker.
Sorry,
How do you
Or
spell
sorry,
that?
Aradoc.
Aradoc?
Yeah, it's
Aerodon?
How do you spell it?
Aradoc.
Oh, okay.
A beast as in like
Bam.
arachnid-like?
No, he looks almost like a
tiger. That lion.
almost like a.
kitty cat. A Leonier? Is he a
He has
Leonier?
like a little bit of a cat-like features. Yeah.
Is he a tabaxi?
Either that or a Leonier.
Yeah, that sounds like.
Yeah.
Depends
A
if,
lion
it
one.
depends if he's more lion or more kitty kitty.
Good job on that battle. You have some skills.
Were either of these two gentlemen, well, I know the one was, but were they, two questions. Are they bloodied up at all?
No, they're not.
Are they dirty?
Yes.
Okay, from the scrap.
How dirty?
Two, were either of them ones that shot me? Or I know the one gave the order to shoot me.
No, neither of them were the ones that shot you.
Nihilus was standing in front of us, and
Yeah.
was Aerodon
Okay,
the other one?
that's fine.
Makeup.
Make a history.
You can't
check,
tell
it was
because
last
the
week.
figure who was standing beside Nihilus before was wearing a mask, and now
Yeah, it's
Aradoc isn't wearing a mask, so it's hard to tell. You can't really. Like,
Oh, like the other guys were also wearing masks?
Yeah.
Or- okay.
It's kind of hard to tell once he's taken off his mask whether he was one of them or not.
Nihilus, I don't know what kind of shit you brought us into.
Bam.
I respect you for fighting with us, but
It was-
we need to know what's going on.
Cassandra will tell you. My orders were to bring you back. Went a little not like I hoped. Apologies there. But you're here, and Cassandra will chat with you more. She wanted me to bring you all back for both your own sake and because you were interesting. An interesting piece in the game, so to speak.
Have you
That
done
wasn't
this?
mine.
Have you done this before? Have you brought people back to Cassandra?
I mean, I do all sorts of jobs, but I haven't brought anybody back before, no. So this entire thing is kind of new, as you can tell. This ward hasn't been here more than 6 months, so...
You keep talking about a fucking game. We're not here to play.
I understand that, but you're here.
But I live here. This is my home. You just go around shooting innocent folk.
That was the part that I didn't mean to happen. They're young lads. They've never held crossbows before. When some of them got trigger happy. It was a show of strength. Half the people around didn't even have any weapons.
What's his demeanor? Like, does he? First of all, does he seem like he's being sincere right now? And second of all, does he like? Is he kind of like? Does he seem like he's acting nervous at all, or is he like seem pretty like calm and
Make an insight
collected?
Mentioned.
Yeah, let's switch.
He
That.
specifically mentioned that he's outnumbered now, but that might not
16.
might imply something.
He seems pretty sincere, and he seems pretty frustrated, and like things aren't going well.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we want to keep staying out here. We've already.
You can
been
come to
ambushed.
Freedom Hold. It's gonna be safe there. There's a lot of us there.
Is that where Cassandra is?
Yes.
Can you
That's
tell
all.
us more about this game?
There's people in the city who would not have been as kind to you as we were. I'm not lying. You all probably would have been dead last night. We held off a couple of different attacks on the inn.
Is it the
Gulmandalis, the Silent Razors, both of them want what you have. We don't care what you have, but you can be valuable. You can help us. Cassandra will tell you more. You please just come with me.
who and the what? The silent?
Silent Razors and the Gumandalas.
Are they?
The Gulmandalis.
Gabagool.
Guvin.
Are they the speechless?
No.
Okay, well, just checking.
I've never even heard of the Speechless. Who are they?
You're supposed to say their name.
Anyways,
in
can we
hushed
please...
tones.
And him and Erdok and the rest of them just start walking. And they kind of actually just don't form up like behind you or anything. They're just walking towards the tall building off in the distance.
Well, I'm not sure what the
Leaving
rest
all
of you
kind
want to
off
do.
alone.
I'm gonna go see what Cassandra has to say. You're all free to do whatever you want. I know you don't want to be here, Tom. Honestly, I don't want to be here either. But we've come this far. I'm curious where else this goes. But
You stuck by my side when I needed. I was stuck by your side. And what about you, big one?
Well, we're a long way from Ward 6 and my father. Once again, I find myself tired and
You
hungry.
look like you need a little bit of rest.
So just as these guys are walking away, Arkmir's a little cheese, so he's going to use thaumaturgy to like make the ground rumble just below them.
Oh, not again!
You all feel like a little bit of a tremor in the ground around you.
I go to Archie. No.
Yeah, I'll just say, I'll trust your lead on this one. But if I get shot again,
Did you already start walking? Like, did you like do
This
that and
time.
then start
This
walking?
time.
Yeah. Like I put it. Well, it wasn't really directly under us. It was more so under the dusters.
Oh.
Okay.
And then like started walking towards them
You
because I
see
wanted to
them
see how
kind
they
of, like-
react.
Like
Spread
there
out.
might be another one. We need to hurry, and they actually do fan out and start like rushing towards the building in the distance.
So we'll just walk through.
It's just strolling casually.
If I see Arkmir start going, I'll start heading as well.
Yeah, I'll just pick up my big bag again.
Arthur's going, but with a limp.
Wait. How rough do you look right now?
Decently rough. Yeah.
The schema points.
Who looks more rough between these two?
I don't know.
I'm 6 out of 19.
Oh, maybe you did 5 out of 12.
It's
relative.
pretty damn close.
Yeah, you have a higher
very
AC.
close, yeah.
Yeah.
Since you were knocked unconscious, I'm gonna walk over to you. Yeah.
And then say,
I blessed you. I didn't bless him.
I'm sorry for your turn on the wait. Like, so.
And yeah, I'm just gonna walk over, put my hand on your shoulder, and just say, "It appears we."
sorry, big guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk over and be like, "I'm gonna make sure Big One's okay."
Yes.
I'm just that it appears we both had a bit of a hard time there in the fight. I hope you're doing all right. And cast Cure Wounds on you. That would be 9.
9.
Yes. Oi, big lad. Do you need some help? I'm okay. You can lean on me.
I was gonna say, you can cast magic.
Yeah. He just gives you a hug.
I feel okay. I appreciate the gesture, though. And again, thank you for earlier at the house. You didn't need to do that.
I would hate to see you go like that. You're a good, kind soul. I can tell that.
I'm not so sure anymore.
Why do you say that?
Just keep trucking along.
You're running.
Kind of in his own zone now. Yeah. Kind of just ignores the question.
You know, mighty impressive weapon you have there. You're gone.
Oh.
They're all impressive.
I used to think so, but you know, yours is the first weapon like mine that I've seen in a very long time. That
I never seen any other one like this either. But I guess I'm never going to know where it came from.
Are you talking about my gun?
No, mine.
Oh. Yes.
All I know is that Anya one day showed up to the shop with all of these drawings at hand, and she gave me very specific instructions.
interesting. Well, everything you see here was made by myself or my father or one of the other artificers. We're quite the handy bunch.
I can see that. You know, I noticed a couple of dents on your weapon. Some.
And as you say that, you see me like pull it out and like look confused, like
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
very minor stuff. Here, let me show you. So he
Yeah.
picks the weapon, tries to inspect.
Well, those aren't dents. They're just imperfections.
I can, if you want, I can teach you how to. You know,
No, that's okay. Every dent has its story.
I'm
I'm not perfect by any means, and neither are any of my creations, but
I'm not saying that to offend you. You know.
oh,
Just-
no offense taken.
Just saying that to help you, if you want to help.
Maybe another day.
Aye, it's not like we're going to the forge here.
Oh, that's true.
You're walking and talking. I
yes,
assume.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Just yeah.
We stop. Arkner's like, God.
Maybe
Anything else you guys want to do in the next?
maybe one day when my little guy is finished, we can talk.
Your little guy.
And then I'll just like tap my backpack, and then just keep going.
Soon.
Mysterious.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about over the next like 20 minutes or so as you're walking and making your way towards this really tall building that continues to just become more and more impressive as you're approaching it?
I'll just go to you and just say, Astra, you're during the fight there, you seem to keep your hand a little steadier. I know way back when we first met you were very nervous. How are you feeling?
Oh my god, that was sick! Did you see those things come out of the ground? They were huge. It looked like a giant lobster. And then, did you see Arkmir? He was like... Pew, 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 pew. And then I used my wand, and then I used my witch bolt, and it was like this sick nebula. And then... And you just keep going on and on and on, recounting the whole thing. And then the big one, and he got splattered with all this acid. And he was like, dead. And then Arkmir... I don't know what happened with Arkmir.
We also dissolved.
We look the same.
Yeah, we get it.
I don't remember what happened with Arkmir, but yeah.
You feel a strange whirring sensation in your pocket.
A what sensation?
A whirring sensation in your pocket.
What does that even mean?
It's coming from
It's
the
my
thing.
vibe.
The
I think
thing.
that's you.
The thing.
Oh!
Whoa, no.
Oh man.
Wow.
No, don't worry about it. It's just my vibrator.
I take it everywhere.
Jesus. They last forever. Careful. I was like, I need a mint, and it was like 40 minutes later.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
haven't used the second one because of that. It's just sitting
those
there.
aren't bad.
Unless you bite into it.
Yes, don't do that either.
It says chew.
Okay, no,
Suck on it first.
I pull out.
Calder, you see her pull out almost like a large...
Oh
It
no.
looks like
Don't follow it.
It looks like a bit of a pocket watch of sorts. You can describe what he sees. It's like a closed pocket watch of sorts.
It looks, so there's going to be a chain on it. It looks like a pocket watch. And then you open it up, and there's a bunch of like these like little like gears inside of it. And it has, what's it called? Like, compass. Like, it's a compass.
Looks like a nebula.
Hey, it's
It looks like a nebula.
I'm really good at this.
Astra,
I was trying to think
as
of
you
like
open this,
hieroglyphics.
No,
as you
like
open
Norse,
the
like,
a compass.
no, but what's that?
Directions. I don't know.
rose,
No. Sorry.
compass rose. I don't know what you're.
Like the thing on the map, is that just compass rose?
Yes,
Doesn't have a different name?
cardinal directions.
I don't know that. No.
You see her take out this like pocket watch. She cracks it open and she looks at it. And Astra, you look at it, and you see the needle spinning, and it spins. And then you realize that the needle isn't spinning; the world is spinning, and you fall to the ground. And you see her fall to the ground unconscious. And I would like all of you except for Astra to leave the table.
Where did we go?
And don't watch the VOD.
Don't watch?
Well, you guys don't watch the VOD.
Where are we going to where we can't hear this?
I mean, it's fine. Just
That's fine. We won't.
we'll
We
figure
won't watch
it
it
out.
back. We won't watch it back.
We just all get computer.
Oh man, I'm nervous.
Your eyes suddenly go black. The world is spinning and spinning and spinning, and you suddenly it's all black. You can't see anything. As you open your eyes, you're standing in what feels like a wet pool of water, like ankle deep, roughly, coming up to your ankles. Your bare feet, and all around you, you look around, and all you see are stars. You see the sky up above you, the stars, constellations, nebula, no moon, nothing. And the stars themselves seem not like what you normally see. You don't recognize any of the constellations in the sky around you. You look around in all directions, and for a while, nothing happens. You don't see anything, nothing changes. You're just standing in this eerie nothingness. Until eventually you see, off in the distance, a strange purplish glow. you see a tree floating in the air. A tree with glowing purple leaves, its bark crimson almost. The light shining upon it. It's floating on top of this giant island in the sky. It's strange. It's one of the strangest things you've ever seen. Just off in the distance, as you see underneath the tree, you see a familiar silhouette. A silhouette of a structure. The tower. You recognize it immediately. You know what that building looks like, even though you've only seen it from the outside and from this angle once in the past when you were leaving. It's hard to miss.
Like underneath the
Right
floating-
underneath the floating island with the tree on top of it, you see the silhouette of the tower.
Okay.
And then there's a strange thing that happens. You see from beneath this crimson tree, a jagged line of red energy begin to form, almost like a lightning bolt that goes from the tree's roots down through the island and smashes down into the tower. Loud, thundering boom, a lightning bolt striking the structure. And you see the jagged red line going through from the top all the way to the bottom of the tower. You see this energy forming through it, and you blink. And as you open your eyes again, the energy isn't there anymore. But where there was once one tower, now there's 2. And then there's 4.
What?
And there's 8. And then there's 16, and they're surrounding you everywhere. Just all you see are these towers in every direction. And as you turn back around to the one in the middle with the tree above it, you see standing on top a silhouette of someone, something. And it looks vaguely humanoid. You look at it, and you blink again, and your eyes come to, and all of a sudden you're just lying on the ground looking up at the sky, blue sky up above you. It's a strange vision. You don't know what it means. Y'all can come back.
Woo! No. Everything's
Astra dead?
Was she ever allowed to begin with?
Oh my god.
Crazy.
Plot twist.
Come back to you in a bit. Calter, you're standing right there if she collapses.
Yes, can everybody leave the table but Cal?
You do.
So she just does she just kind of just her eyes just close and she just falls collapses?
You saw her get like a little bit woozy and then just completely collapse. The
Astra,
compass that was in her hands almost like as she falls, like slides off to the distance a little bit.
Astra,
Yeah, I'll run up as well.
I turn around.
Yeah.
Come
Did-
back.
did anybody see anything? Did she get
What
hit by
happened?
something? I'm not sure. She pulled out some kind of this over here, and I just kind of quickly grab it. I'm not sure.
I'll take it and inspect it.
Can I tell that she is she breathing? Like she's like she has a pulse?
Make a medicine check.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate that thing as best I can. Look for any like poison, any like things that might have.
24.
Ooh.
You sense a pulse,
Okay.
but strangely, and this is like not making this shit up, it's a weird coincidence. It's almost like off pace. It's almost like she has AFib. You feel like
watch off now.
you feel like multiple
Spoilers.
heartbeats almost within her. Like at first it's like sounds like it's off pace, but then there's like a completely other rhythm and another rhythm and another rhythm. Just like her heart is racing. Or you're not sure if it's 1 heart or 4 hearts or 10 hearts or whatever, you can't tell. Something's wrong.
Yeah, I'm just looking at her device, not trying to like pick it apart or anything, but look to see if like there was like
Make an investigation check.
can't like a part that.
I'll give you advantage because you know like mechanics of stuff.
Okay. So what kind of roll is this?
Investigation.
Okay. I have advantage anyway.
So I'm gonna be trying to wake her up.
17.
It looks like a compass.
Okay.
You can tell that it has the cardinal directions on it. The covering is like this, a glass cover. Looks broken. It's not.
What part?
The
Like,
needle
just-
isn't moving as
okay.
you try to move it around or look
Yeah,
at
I'll like kind of flick it and
needle
then
just
hold it up a little bit.
there's like a glass covering on it.
Yeah. No, but I'll still flick the glass
Basically
to like see if
what
I
I
can get it to start
Basically what I
working. I'll like
expected.
kind of turn around. Nothing's working.
Doesn't move.
I'll open it, close it. Nothing.
Doesn't move.
Is there like any like knobs or anything I can turn on it?
Nope.
Coulthard, how is she? How's the last?
But you do know when you picked it up off the ground, its needle was pointing directly at Astra. But as you move it around, it
Yeah.
doesn't move.
I'm not sure. I mean, it seems like she's alive, but her heartbeat is strange, very irregular. And I'm kind of just like, kind of tapping on her face, being like, Astra.
As you keep like monitoring her pulse, and maybe like a few minutes, it seems to normalize. Maybe like half a minute, 45 seconds, a minute normalizes. It's just a single normal heartbeat. And about like half a minute later, she comes to. She opens her eyes. She's just looking up at the sky.
Astra, what was that? Are you okay?
My head.
What happened?
Were you attacked last?
Where's Hoku?
Who's Hoku?
Who's Hoku?
What's Hoku?
I don't think he's okay.
You've mentioned that name before.
You mentioned it. Something about the tower.
I don't think the tower's okay.
What tower?
Where I came from. I think I have to go back.
Where is that from here?
North.
Don't use her compass.
As you get up and you look around, like you feel around for your compass, you don't feel it anywhere. But
Where-
you see the big ones holding it, kind of looking at it.
What is this?
That is mine.
But what is it?
It's a compass. It's broken though. But I would like it back, please.
Are you sure it's okay?
I think so. I think
I have no reason to hold on to it, so I give it back.
it's directing me somewhere in a strange way that compasses typically don't.
It was pointing at you.
I mean, it's broken.
When
The
she
only-
just grabbed it again, did it start moving? Okay.
It's done this once before where it started going crazy, and then in the tower, like paper started going everywhere, like books started falling off the shelf.
You had a vision?
No.
Memory?
What do you mean? Before? In the tower?
Well, you just said there was a tower and books, but
No, I mean the first time that this happened. And then my friend went missing. This is the second time that this has happened.
Your friend Hoku?
No. A different friend.
Astra, I don't want to bombard you with questions, but
God, stop asking me so many questions! I'm just kidding.
what did you feel before you fell? Like what happened?
Everything went dark. There were constellations that I didn't recognize, and believe me, I know the sky. I know all the constellations.
While she's talking, what are the dusters doing?
They've kind of honestly just kept walking
Still running away.
farther off. Karana and Yavnold were going for a bit because they didn't notice what was happening, and now they've kind of stopped and are looking
Is
back.
there anybody else in the vicinity looking at
Make a
this
perception
happening?
check.
You could quiz me, ask me any constellation, I'll tell you what it is. Like,
I trust that you
21.
would.
There's nowhere really around for people to hide. You're pretty confident that there isn't anyone.
Give the last some breathing room, guys.
Okay, I'll just pull out like a little water thermos, metal thermos thing, take the lid off and hand it to you.
Thank you. I think I have to go back to the tower.
Is that something you're planning to do right now?
I mean, I'm pretty tired from that fight. But
We've already seen what Ward 8 is capable of. I'm not very familiar with this ward and I live here. Maybe now, I don't want to speak on your behalf, but maybe now, right this second, is not the best time. And if you're going to be traversing Schema by yourself, it might be best if we at least get you somewhere together where you can set off on this journey, if not together.
Does anybody know how to summon something or a creature, or I just need to get Hoku? Do you know Akio?
My father
Hoku?
might be able to. If we can figure out what's going on with this Cassandra and we find my father in Ward 6, he knows a lot of people in this city. He might be able to help us himself or point us in the right direction as someone who might be able to find this Hoku for you.
Okay.
I think it's best we get off the street for now, at the very least. We're not sure who might be lurking in the shadows or listening in.
Laz, you can't go out there by yourself. You remember our trip here. That day when we met. You remember the clouds. I've seen what they can do up close. You don't want to be caught there on your own.
Does your dad know magic?
Surely. I mean, we use magic in our everyday lives here. It might not be the exact same kind of magic, but I'm sure, like as I mentioned, he might know somebody who does.
If I can find a way to summon Hoku to safety, then maybe I can at least put off going to the tower.
If there's any way I can help, I promise you I will.
We can also see if Cassandra, speaking to her, maybe she has resources as well. I'm sure she wants to speak to us to ask us for something, but I mean, it won't go without something in return, whether or not we take part in anything they want.
Maybe she wants some moisturizer.
Perhaps. But let's
think on it for today. Finish up our business in Ward 8 and at least get out of this area.
Okay. And then Astra's just gonna be like, not her usual like super perky, bubbly, happy self. She's just gonna be like, just kind of like tracking along. Just like
Dragging feet. The George Michael.
Yeah.
As you all continue making your way towards this tall 5-story structure off in the distance, about 60 or 70 feet tall, you eventually catch up to the other dusters who are walking in front of you. They nod. They can see that the fight and all the struggles that you've been through so far today is already kind of wearing on you, and your spirits are looking a little bit more worn. As they approach this building, you can see it looks almost like an abandoned... Not really abandoned, actually. There's a lot of people. You can see people on the rooftops, you can see people on the balconies. This looks like a tall apartment structure. Almost like 5 or 6 stories tall. There's a sign beside it, like a brass sign that says on it Holden Apartments.
Holden?
Holden. But it's been like scratched out. Like the last 2 letters of Holden have been scratched out.
Right.
And on top of it, there's just been like in rough paint, painted Freedom Hold.
What was the original sign say? Holden what?
Holden Apartments. There's like this wide open like gate almost, and you can see past it. There's a courtyard with like big trees in the middle of the structure. Pretty nice, very nicely built, fairly new. You can see on the balconies lots of people hanging out. You can see just in general it's pretty lively. There's like sounds of music coming from some of the houses. It's like a pretty vibrant community over here that's been established. At the front of the courtyard, there's like a roadblock similar to the one that they set up near the inn that you were staying at. That's been set up over there, and there's probably like 3 or 4 men and women. Some in duster coats, some not. Most of them are actually not in duster coats. As you look around, there's maybe only like a handful that are. You can see some of the balconies. There's like people with crossbows standing on them.
How many?
Make a perception check.
2 dozen.
That's kind of common. Was natural 18. 15.
You spot like 3 of them. Like in 3 balconies, there's like 1 or 2 people standing about. Some of them are sitting about. Some of them are just talking amongst each other. You can't really tell. Like, but you see at least 2 or 3 crossbows actively like trained on you guys.
Any other guards around?
Yeah, there was a couple of them near like the roadblock in the middle of the road. But as you approach, Nihilus kind of looks up, and he gives a whistle that you all recognize.
Wait, they recognize, but
Whichever one of you does it better, you can do it.
You,
Oh,
do it.
go
You
ahead.
can do it.
And you hear a very a response back from within the structure. That's probably a good spot to end this.
I saw the
Fucking
target.
target.
He's fucking there, dude.
Yeah.
Or he has a tie.
I
with the
told you!
son of a biscuit. God damn.
Motherfucker.
So
Good
that's
session, guys.
first
That was
time.
good.
That was a
for us
great
to-
session.
Yeah.
But you guys would
I would
recognize
know.
that whistle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would.
I
I
would
just
actually
noticed something
whistled
with
it
the
earlier.
but yeah.
You did probably what the whistle actually is. I can't whistle,
Yeah, and
so.
yeah.
Something
There you
like
go.
that.
I can't do it either. That's why I'm not going to try. But thank you all for joining us today for this episode
that's a
3.
technical.
Thank you.
And see you next time in the Alco.
Bye.
Yep.